right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today, my friend?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing okay. I want to say sorry out there, everybody. We had a few technical issues this morning, but we got ourselves going here now. So we're on the road.
Yep, absolutely, friends. For those that don't know, I had a technical power issues since yesterday, so I've been running everything off a extension cord from the living room. It's working pretty good right
Really?
now. Nothing has exploded. Yeah, breaker in my office here has gone off, and we every time we connect something, it's just throws off the breaker. So not sure. I got an electrical guy coming in to take care of this. Was supposed to be
Uh-oh.
here yesterday, but just like technical guys, they show up when they want to, and today was not.
You,
Yesterday
you
was not
need
the
a
day for
refund
him.
from that contractor you had to renovate or renovated everything.
I really do. I really do. So I'm assuming
Oh
something
man.
got wet outside. The power plug for the outside got wet, and I think it's creating a negative contact on the ground. That's what I'm thinking.
No way.
All right,
Okay.
friends, let's get to it. Here is our scanners for today. So a little bit of stuff on the green, a little bit on the red. We'll see how things line up. Some of these tickers we're very familiar with. I'm looking forward to SMCI, which has been incredible over the last couple of days. Can't wait to see what's happening there. So that's just, again, the story there, just very, very nice, or the lack of story, very, very nice. Either way for us, day trading has been awesome. Peter, what's the latest and greatest as far as a U.S. economic calendar?
So yeah, relatively quiet day with one notable exception. So just a few minutes ago, we had the housing starts and building permits came out. As you can see, housing starts slightly lower than expected, building permits slightly higher. Either way, the market typically doesn't react to that, either one of those data points, and it doesn't look like it's really reacting here this morning. At 2 o'clock, though, if you're trading through the afternoon, you've got to be aware that the FOMC January minutes are being released at 2. There's no, there's usually no speech with these or anything. It's nothing that we don't already know, right? So meeting content usually has been well communicated. There's been a lot of the Fed speakers who are out there. Like there's nothing of a surprise. However, the computers inevitably read those minutes and react. So at 2 o'clock, we should expect the market typically to move up or down depending on how they read the wording of the minutes. Usually what happens is the market reacts. You get a couple of minutes of faffing around, and then it moves back to where it started. That's normally what happens. Again, never make assumptions based on generalities, but that is typically the pattern that we see. So if you're in a trade, it either may jump to your benefit or move against you. So just be aware of that if you're trading anytime around 2 p.m. And again, because it's a computer reading, or multiple computers, of course, reading the minutes, and they take automatic trading positions, the reaction is usually extremely quick. So set an alarm for 2 p.m. market time if you think you're going to be trading then, to be aware of that. So that's about it. There's a couple other small things. The Atlanta Fed GDP now is coming out at 10:30. I didn't even put that on my list. Fed speakers after the market close, but the 2 p.m. is really the big one. So keep an eye on that. All right, let's take a look at what's on the calendar, because what's gapping up and down is probably what's going to be of trading interest this morning.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. If we look at this again, as we mentioned earlier, a couple of things on here, and just a few gapping down. So let's jump to it. First one on deck doesn't look all that great. OSRH, again, pretty all over the place. It's a recent IPO. Looks like a swell just started going yesterday. Today's pre-market action, you can see a little bit of some stuff happening here. Again, 7 million shares traded right now, up 90%. Just initial IPO madness going on here. Peter, anything to add to this? Again, we don't have a whole lot of history besides just it IPO'd yesterday.
No, look, this is a holding company. It's not even like a real company. It's just a shell company. There's no analyst following it. There's no news on it. I got nothing. So, I don't even know what to tell you about it. I'm very surprised it's trading enough volume this morning to make our list. That's unusual in of itself. So maybe this thing will be interesting, but I don't know what to make of it. We don't typically see this.
Yeah, 1.5 million shares flow. Again, this is a scalper's dream here. So if you're scalping is one of your strategies, this is it. But be very, very careful. If you're not a scalper, you don't have that experience. Low flow at 1.9 million shares. So next one on here is going to be SINT, another one that also is not going to make the list. Again, we're up 80%, and this was also a low flow at 1.3 million shares flow. So again, not typically something I look at. See the day, look how messy this is, right? So again, don't want to spend too much time on it for the sake of time, Peter. Anything that we should be talking about on this?
This is a medical device company called Syntex, if I'm saying that right. SINTX is the company name. Feels like they're missing a vowel in there. But anyways, they received a patent for their, I can only read it, the silicon nitride functionalized zirconia toughened alumina ceramic biomaterial. That is a mouthful, but they got a U.S. patent for it. Sounds awesome. So that's why they're moving up this morning. Yeah, not the type of thing I typically like to trade.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. It's going to be SEDG. This morning in SEDG, we got a little bit of action here. We've seen this solar edge technology before. Again, overall energy making a lot of noise lately. And you see it here. We're up 21%, 1.3 million shares traded. So it's a hit or miss. I'm not going to say it's garbage because we have seen this trade well. I have not traded it myself, but I've seen many traders in our community take advantage of it. Today, looks like a day that is going to be in play. Peter, your thoughts on it? And is there any news going on this morning?
Yeah, they're just here because of earnings. They had their earnings this morning. Beat on revenue by about 10 million, delivering 196 versus 186 estimate. They really missed on the earnings, though. I mean, they're not in a money-making position. They were expected to lose $1.63 a share. Instead, lost $3.48 a share, which is like more than twice what they were expected to lose. So yeah, if you're an investor in this, especially like an early investor, not happy. They lost a lot more money than expected, despite beating on revenue. Like you said, Carlos, typically not a great trader, so not something I'm likely to be watching.
All we're missing is the beat, and then we'll be good to go here. Get some disco lights and rock and roll. All right, let's move on here. Next one is gonna be JTAI. JTAI, no. This looks messy. Hard to borrow. SSR. We've seen this ticker before. Jet AI, a great name. This ticker before. Where is this? What's the float on this? Looking it up right now. It came off my list. It was just here. It's not here no more. Not sure why. Okay. Can't see. Oh, here it is. 1.8 million shares flow. So, man, what is it? Low flow mania today? I mean, look at our gappers list. First three under 2 million shares flows according to tradingterminal.com. Peter, I'm not sure about this one. Another one that I'm gonna put to the side here today as well.
Yeah, this one has been on our list in the past. I remember because they're called Jet.ai. That's the company name, and they're basically a private aviation jet service, but leveraging AI to do their routing and booking systems. So I'm not sure what to make of it, right? Because it's like a very traditional private jet business, but then they've thrown AI in there just to try and get some attention, I feel like. But anyways, because they haven't, I don't know, they haven't really done anything interesting. They've sold some jets. They bought some new jets. That's typically why they're in the news. Today, they have a letter to shareholders that they released from the founder and chairman, saying that they've made a bunch of, anyways, they're using a bunch of like kitschy jet analogies. So this guy must be a dad, because he says, like, in the letter, we've made important course corrections. I'm excited about where we're headed, but anyways, he's using a bunch of flight analogies. Anyways, they're flying off. Sorry, flying. They're selling off another business unit and buying a couple more jets. I don't know. That's the news. I've never really watched this to trade, so I don't know how it trades. I don't think today. I'm probably not going to watch it again. 1.4 million shares. It's got some volume this morning, but just looking at the daily, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Serve is next, SERV, and we are down. No, excuse me, we are up here, 13.9. Looking at the daily, we've been down for the last couple of days, but we are up this morning, 13%, almost 14, 2.3 million shares traded. Flow's a little bit better, still on the lower side of things at 50.5. Where's the good stuff today? This is not it, Peter. Anything you like on this one?
I mean, they have news. So this is, remember, these are the little robot guys that are delivering food to you. They've expanded their partnership with Shake Shack to into Miami. Uh, yeah, yet another area that if one of these little robots are going to get kicked over or robbed, Miami seems a good place to do it. They're picking all the hot spots. They've also announced a new partnership with. Anybody know this, Mister O1 Extraordinary Pizza? I think it's O1, O1. Who names a pizza place Mister O101? I've never heard it. Is this a pizza company? I've never heard of it. I don't know.
I
Maybe it's a
never heard of
chain
it.
I'm just not familiar with. Mister O1. That's anyways. They've got a partnership with them. Great. So from their one location, they'll. I shouldn't make fun of them. I have no idea who this what this company is. But if anybody's ever had a pizza from Mister O1, let me know. Apparently, they've got a location in Fort Lauderdale. That's all I can tell you.
Hmm. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Anyways,
never heard of them. They are in play today,
looking up
guys.
their
If you,
company website right now,
yeah,
they seem to have a number of locations in Florida.
gotcha. Florida's a place to
So,
be for aviation, that's for sure.
oh,
Um,
Texas, Georgia. Oh, look at that. They've got a few
I'm pretty
locations.
big.
Anyways, all
Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
they're
So,
now they're now delivering robotic pizza. So there you go.
oh, so it's not by like drones. It's like actual robots on the ground.
No, no, it's those little rolling robots that go
Oh,
down
the
the
ones you see
sidewalk
at
and
the
they
hospitals.
figure it
Yeah, yeah,
out.
yeah. I seen those at the hospital
Yeah,
bringing the computer thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, that's the future, guys. It's happening whether we like it or not. It's just the way things are going to end up going eventually. So we'll see how this company makes out. It is in play today. A higher float than what we've seen so far. Um, maybe. I mean, given the quality of the list this morning, maybe this is one we add to the secondary. I mean, it's an actual company.
I don't know,
So
man.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's an actual
Qua
Well,
it's an
that's
actual
true.
company. Yeah, so there's a plus there. I'm not sure. Here's one that they're an actual company, but we don't know if their numbers are actually correct as far as finance goes. But SMCI, man, continues to blow the doors off the last couple of days here. They are just crushing it. Look at this daily here. Up pretty nice again. Another 7%, 11.3 million shares traded. Already on my main list. Again, it is in play. We'll take advantage of that. Peter, it's just continuation, I guess, from the last couple of days. We've seen some good action
It,
on it.
It is the mania continues. We were watching it at the close yesterday, trying to break through 57, and look where it is this morning, up over 60, or at least it was a little bit earlier. It's just under $60 now. So, look, guys, I still don't get it. I don't think this company is a good investment, but who cares? If it's going to trade like this, trade it. Trade, make some money off of it. I would just say probably don't park money in it, but make some money off of it by all means. Again, I don't understand the euphoria on this stock, but people seem to believe the CEO when he randomly says he's going to make 40 billion. Sure, what the heck? Why not? Let's go, baby. So SMCI, if you look at this daily chart, we were talking about this yesterday. I mean, it's got lots of room to move, right? Like we have to remember, this is a stock that a year ago was up as high as 120 bucks. So don't it's anything's possible here. It could go lots of direction either way. Again, if it creates trading opportunity, then I can't continue to be a naysayer. I still don't understand the you know any support in its core business. However, if it's going to trade well, I'm a fan. So let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
On my
income
list,
tax. Sorry.
guys, this morning. Let's see what else is next on here. I have CELH. We've seen this before. Typically, not a great trading ticker. We're up 6.4, 560,000 shares traded this morning. Float on this one is higher, 167. I'm getting a little bit of a pop this morning. Celsius Holdings. Peter, any news that might be moving this up today?
Yeah, remember when we reported earnings on this? What, Carlos, was that? It was in the summer, right? And we went out and we bought some Celsius. At least I did.
Oh,
I
I
remember
keep
I had some.
forgetting. Every time I see
Right?
Celsius Holdings, I'm thinking it's not the drink or something else. But yeah, yeah, I remember the drink. Yeah, yeah.
The drink company. They make the drink, and then of course I had all the warnings for everybody that this stuff will kill you, and I looked at all the health warnings about it. So, anyways, it's one of those. It's one of those high caffeine type drinks out there. They have earnings. I mean, I guess it's moving ahead of earnings. I think the earnings are after the close today. No, it's after the close tomorrow. Sorry. So little odd to see this moving ahead of earnings. Normally it's reactive, not proactive. But there it is. I'll not be drinking another Celsius drink. It was actually quite good. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
it frightened me. So
There you go.
I could
Um,
feel my heart rate accelerating drinking it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
yeah, those days are over for me. Red Bull and uh, rum and Red Bull was the drink for me back in the days, man. Those days are long gone. This stuff will get you in trouble. All right, let's take a look here. STM. STM. We've seen it play out before. Another semiconductor here gapping up this morning, 4.7. It's a tough one, man. Unless they have heavy news, you don't get the volume, you don't get the moves, Peter. This morning, it is doing some stuff. What is the latest and greatest?
They have announced a share repurchase program. So they are trying to signal to the market quite clearly they believe their stock is undervalued. Have said that they are going to repurchase about 200, well, not about, that they are planning to purchase 287,561 ordinary shares. I mean, okay. Uh, we're only talking about 6.3 million euros worth of stock. I guess they're STM or Micro. Are they? They must be European. They're counting things in euros. So, oh yeah, they're out of the Netherlands. All right, that makes sense. Anyways, all right. So they got a stock repurchase. I mean, we're talking about 0.3% of their total stock volume that they're planning to repurchase. Doesn't seem like a very strong message. That being said, they did actually get an analyst upgrade from Jefferies, suggesting that there's a buy in STM. So I guess it's on the move this morning. Not my favorite semi. The other ones are better,
Yeah,
meaning
absolutely.
Nvidia, AMD, even
Yeah.
SMCI, better
Uh,
semi plays.
100%. Speaking of that, since we're done with the, oh wait, we can't leave the gap up list without looking at Rigetti Spaghetti here. RGTI. Let's take a look at that one. RGTI. Sometimes it provides a little something something. RGTI. Here we go. And yeah, pre-market looks great. 3.1 million shares traded. This thing is known to make some really nice moves when it is in play. Might be able to see some other quantum stocks also take play in here. But they are 2%, 3.1 million shares traded right now. So I'll definitely keep these guys on my list this morning, at least on a secondary, Peter. Any news why they're moving up this morning?
Not really. I mean, there was some news about a publication that they jointly made with a few other quantum computing companies in a publication called Nature Physics, where they were able to jointly demonstrate their ability to read out superconducting qubits with an optical transducer. Okay, sounds cool. Anyways, I love how they're like, a pioneer. Their company description is a pioneer in full stack quantum classical computing. Quantum classical, anyways, and Q blocks reading a leading innovator in quantum control stack development. Anyways, yeah, they're doing stuff. So as you would expect. But anyways, yeah, Rigetti's just it gets volume, it keeps on trading. You go, Rigetti.
Absolutely. I'll keep it here on my secondary list. It can trade very well. This pre-market action looks actually very nice, and the volume looks great here. It is on short selling restriction, but yeah, let's see what Rigetti does today. All right, I believe that covers our gap down this, our gap up this morning. I don't see anything else here that we have to go over, so we are good. Peter, as far as gapping up, anything you have on your end that you like today?
Um, uh, there's a lot of gap down on the list, but remember yesterday when we had a lot of gap up and then the market, went the other direction. So, don't assume a direction here based on what you're seeing so far. One of the few things that actually is marginally green, although it's been heading towards yesterday's close, is Nvidia. Nvidia is sitting on its about usual volume, I would say. Some good price action yesterday on Nvidia. I mean, not a great day for it. From it sort of lost altitude yesterday all day, but don't worry about it. It's still in a good position, and it's holding green this morning. So it's the only of the Magnificent Seven, by the way, that I see as green this morning. Everything else seems to be red. Oh, no, that's not true. Google's green too. I lied. All right.
All right. How about Apple? Is Apple green today? They got their big event today. Oh, they're actually flat. They're pretty flat.
No.
Okay. Oh, they're flat
Yeah.
this morning. All right. Gapping down today, friends. Leading the way is going to be Etsy. So ETSY this morning. These guys are down 6.7 right now. So nice drop starting at 7 a.m. today. 569,000 shares traded. This is a wild stock. Like it gets low volume and it can move quite a bit. Maybe today could be the day that they're in play. If they have any significant news, Peter, I'll add them to my secondary list. But again, typically the spread on this stock is not ideal for the way I trade. So I usually don't add it, but maybe today could be a little bit different.
Yeah, Etsy has earnings. That's why they're on the list this morning. Missed on revenue, delivering about $10 million less than expected at only $852 million. But they had positive earnings. They reported a $1.03 per share, where the consensus estimate was only 95 cents. So Etsy made more money than expected off of less revenue. So that's their quarterly picture.
All right. Again, hit or miss on this one, guys. So add in a secondary. It might not stay there long. It's typically it's not a great trading stock, but let's see what it does today. All right. Another one on the gap down is going to be ANET. So ANET. This is Arista Networks. Not much volume. We're down 5.8 this morning. Daily looks a little bit messy all over the place. Very light on volume for the most part. Not sure what these guys do, Peter. I don't even know that we have traded it before in the past. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, they're a computer hardware company. I don't know that we've traded them either. Looks like it's another earnings. Not even one that was remotely on my list for tracking. They had earnings after the close yesterday. They're talking about AI. I guess if you're a computer company, you got to talk AI. So they had a decent quarter, but their forecast actually was above expectations as well. So I'm not sure why they're gapping down, but the volume's low enough that it doesn't feel relevant. So yeah, I'm just going to move on.
Yep. All right. Next on here is going to be iTub. So iTub, that's funny. I'm not sure how to even say this name, but whatever it is down. Not even. What is this? $5 stock. Oh, this is brutal. This is horrible.
Unibanco Holdings. It's a
You
Brazilian
got
bank.
very close, man. Yeah. I don't like it, man. It looks messy. Yeah, not good. It shouldn't be on the list, actually. I'm not sure why it's on here. It's actually not even down 2%, right? Am I reading this right? I don't think it is. Peter, I don't like this. Anything you want to share on this?
No,
Yeah, let's move on.
there
Let's move on to
isn't really.
something. Yeah, it shouldn't be on the list, actually. It's not even down 2%. Next one is going to be INTC. So INTC this morning, we had a big day yesterday on it. And again, big day relative to how much they move. But if you look on here, if you look at this intraday action, actually traded very well. It took a bit to get going. Many people waited here and just kind of got tired of impatient. After 1 o'clock, had this really nice move, almost $2 there. So that's pretty nice. Again, Intel doing some stuff and causing a lot of movement in their daily, Peter. Anything else new besides what we kind of talked about yesterday? And it seems like all week, last week.
Yeah, there was some sort of interesting headlines that with yesterday's move, this was their biggest 5-day move in the history of the company. So, big move yesterday on the rumor that they potentially might be bought out or sell off part of the company. I think, it's inevitable that you're going to get some pullback on that type of news. And today is probably going to be that day, especially being that all companies involved. So it's Intel, Broadcom, and Taiwan Semiconductor, right? Those are the three companies that are being mentioned, with Broadcom and Taiwan Semiconductor apparently in competition for all or part of the business. But all companies are silent, right? Nobody's issued a press release. Nobody's confirmed nor denied the rumors. That silence is probably going to get the market a little frustrated. And I would expect to see Intel quiet down until we hear something. So, yeah, I don't anticipate a good day of trading again, unless there's some announcement. Like, all you need is one of those three companies to say something, and it doesn't actually matter if they confirm nor deny it. That will cause movement. But again, I've got no belief that that's going to happen today. So, yeah, probably won't be watching Intel. I'll wait. If someone yells it out or it jumps up on the scanners, then I'll pay attention. But for the morning, yeah, not me.
Yeah, their morning was rough. Again, that move started going a little bit later in the day, so we'll see. We're down 3.8 here, 7.3. I don't have much to watch, so I'm gonna throw it on my secondary, just because again I don't have a whole lot in play this morning that I like. All right, to finish off our gappers list, last is going to be Ion Q. I'm sure we'll throw some of our usual suspects in here, but Ion Q, wrong ticker, there we go. So Ion Q right now, we are down 2.2 with 913,000 shares traded. So Rigetti's going up, Ion Q is going down. How are our others, QBTS, with those two weird candles up there at $32? QBTS is flat. So the other quantum stuff not doing us so hot. Is there anything going on with IonQ maybe, Peter? Directly with them this morning? They seem the only one to be down a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, I'm sort of surprised that they're down. This Ion Q, I'm trying to figure out Ion Q's relationship to. There was an article. All right, guys, you have to bear with me on this. There was an article in the China Science and Technology Daily, which I know many of you read, of course. But anyways, that apparently a bunch of researchers from, according to China, from 139 different countries have been accessing the Origins Quantum Wukong quantum computer, which features apparently 72 working qubits. Interestingly, an article I was just reading a few minutes ago said that that's not possible. But because to put that many working qubits together, it exceeds the cooling capacity of most computers. That being said, I've got a picture of it right here, and this computer looks like it's in a deep freezer. So I guess that makes sense, because they have to use like all special cooling to keep the thing cold enough to actually function, which obviously is not something you're going to put on your desk at any point soon. But I don't know. Wouldn't that be good news for quantum computing, that apparently they've got this Wukong quantum computer functioning? I don't know. It's hard to figure out what's going on here in this sector, because there's just a lot of there's a lot of statements being made. There's a lot of uh, hype around it, right? Both good and negative. So I think we're just going to continue to see quantum computing companies, bounce around, and they may end up on the gap up or gap down list on any given day. So it happens that IonQ's on the gap down, Rigetti's on the gap up. Trade whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
IonQ, I'm gonna keep this one off the list for now. We'll see what happens here. But I do have we do have Rigetti, right? So I have that one on my secondary. Did I add that one on there? Yes, I had it on the secondary. Let's see where it goes here. And you're right. That should be good news. I don't know why that's not the case. All right, let's go ahead, Peter.
yeah, no, I agree with you. Should be
Oh,
good news. I don't know.
yeah, interesting. All right, friends, let's stop here. Let's Peter, what do you like as far as gap down this morning? What's on your list?
Uh, Actually, it's been bouncing between gapping up and gapping down here. But Occidental Petroleum, remember that old good friend OXY? They had earnings after the close yesterday. We were taking a quick look at them as the closing bell rang. They don't typically trade nice volume after the close, and as you see this morning, not great volume. However, it is one of the ones that we watch in the oil and gas sector, one of the few that we watch in the oil and gas sector. And they had a mixed picture. They actually missed on their revenue, under delivering in the quarter, but beat on bottom line earnings. So uh, I don't know, sort of not that exciting, frankly, of a quarterly report out of Occidental, and I think the trading will be relatively light on it today. So, but it was an earnings that we were taking a look at. Yeah, that's about it. We talked about the other two earnings, Etsy and SEDG, that I was looking at. I have, Carlos, nothing else to report really. So for me, probably I'm just going to keep an eye on the usual, which is my Nvidia, my Teslas, my AMDs, Apples. Just see what they're doing, see what happens when the opening bell rings. Like I said yesterday, these are the types of days that I like. So far this week has been starting well for me, despite the fact that it's midweek already. God, when you ever have a holiday on Monday, it feels like the week just rockets by so
Flies, man.
quickly. But anyways,
Yep.
it is Wednesday today. But yeah, I don't mind it when we don't have a lot on the list, because it tends to let my typical, Magnificent Seven, right, the high tech stocks, move freely, and they tend to get into patterns that I am more comfortable with and can trade more effectively.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. I've seen you do that many, many times. All right, friends, let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. You guys are mentioning Baba here. Yes, Baba, my favorite Chinese tickers. You guys know. Just a quick pop here. 1 million shares traded. So in the last couple of minutes, we've seen something going on with this one. Again, they're daily just crushing it. I like the volume, pretty much flat right now. Yeah, we can add it to the list and see how it goes. Yesterday, it didn't trade as clean, although you see this drop here. It wasn't as a clean trading day, right? The pullbacks were always kind of overlapping the previous drop, so it's very difficult to trade. But we'll see. It was one of the smallest day trades. Daily candles you see here was from yesterday. Aside from that, we have been getting some good trading out of it. So, yeah, I'll add Baba to the list. Again, we got space today. It's not a
Yeah.
whole lot that looks great this morning, but things would change when that bell rings. The volume will start going where it needs to go, and we'll see what happens. SMCI, as you guys are
Yeah.
mentioning, it is on my list. Go ahead, Peter.
Sorry. There is some news on Alibaba that yesterday we were talking about the fact that Jack Ma was one of a number of high tech executives in China that were seen visiting Xi and his cabinet to have some talks, presumably on the future of technology in the Chinese marketplace. Today there was I'm not sure it was really a joint announcement, but they say that Alibaba and the Chinese state have expressed interest in investing in DeepSeek. Now, that is generally seen as good news. A, that they're working together, and B, that the state is willing to invest publicly in DeepSeek to promote the sector. Now, probably not good news for some of the other AI type companies out there, right? Because if the Chinese state very openly invests in AI, let's face it, they've been supporting it in the background for a long time and will continue to do so. But that just signals increased competition, sort of out of China. I would say that by definition means against the U.S. So you might want to keep an eye on some of the other AI-related companies today, because they may be feeling some pressure if investors feel they need to get ahead of this and may trim their holdings in some of the other deeply invested AI companies. So, anyways, that's the news on Alibaba.
All right, makes sense. Definitely put it on my list here again. My favorite Chinese ticker, and we'll see how the volume comes in on this one. Already a million shares traded, which is nice. So let's see where it goes. SMCI, we did talk about already. That is on my main list, as you can see here. So again, looking pretty nice this morning. Pre-market action looks great at 13.3 million shares traded. So that obviously doing very well there. ANET had earnings. Yeah, this stock doesn't trade well, man. For me, intraday action on this one, we've seen it plenty of times on news or just big gap ups and down, as you see here on the daily. They tend to move a lot, but their intraday trading is brutal. So I usually stay away from it. It is in play today, though, down 7%, almost 707,000 shares traded. So if you like it, yeah, definitely throw it on your list. It won't be on mine, just because, again, the way it trades for my style it doesn't work as well. Take a look here at Meta from our good buddy Fred in our chat. Meta, oh, look at Meta. Meta looks nice. Yeah, I like Meta. This is a nice pre-market action we're getting here. So down almost 1%. I think Meta's feeling what gravity is a little bit here, because they don't know what that is on their daily. Look at this. They just have no idea what pullbacks are. but it looks like yesterday and today they're understanding some of that. So yeah, Meta is interesting. Yeah, I'll add that on here. Let's see where Meta goes. Is this because of their robot thing? You know, they're trying to compete
I
with
don't know.
some robot stuff.
There's lots of random news coming out on Meta.
Mm-hmm.
They announced last night that they plan to build the world's longest undersea internet cable. Okay, good for them. Yes, they've confirmed that they plan to expand their AI investment, especially in the humanoid robots. Everybody wants to build a humanoid robot, right? That seems to be the thing. We
That's
like
the
to make
future,
things
man.
that look
Yeah.
like us.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, as creepy as I think they are, people seem to like them. So, all right, you go Meta. They also had an announcement that they've that they're investing in their developer conference, LlamaCon. Has anybody ever been to like a Meta development conference? I'd be curious if anybody's out there been to one. LlamaCon. Anyways, apparently the Llama model was downloaded 650 million times in 2024. So now they're holding a LlamaCon. So I like just saying that because it sounds weird. But all right, if you're a developer out there, you probably know all about LlamaCon, but it's news to me. So yeah, a bunch of random news points, anyways, on Meta, as there often is. So yeah, it's always tough to figure out what exactly is moving here, but or causing it to move. But as we know, it's been on the move with it hitting all-time highs just 2 days ago. Yesterday was a little bit of a pullback day, so we'll see what today brings.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one being mentioned here, SINT. Yes, guys, this is heavily in play, up 80% right now. So it is on fire, as you can see here. Hard to borrow. Low flow at 1.3. So yeah, I'll put in my risky pile. I'll watch it with you guys. I'm not going to trade it. It'll be entertainment purposes only. Again, it just doesn't fit my style of trading. But yeah, it is in play. Lower price stock taking off today. And again, just be very careful. There's another one too. What's the IPO? It's another IPO, OSRH, if you want to get really risky. Here's another one that you can trade. This one is also just IPO'd yesterday and is doing some stuff. Again, just be very, very careful. All right, let's take a look. What else, friends? We'll do one more, and then we head over to our announcements for the community, and then we'll look at what our team is watching. What else you guys got here? Saw some other ones you guys wanted to see. RXRX typically doesn't trade very well. We saw this yesterday, and let's see what's going on here. How did it trade yesterday? Let's take a look. Yeah, so nice pop and then drop, and then yeah. So it has depends how this price action was. Not too bad on the intraday there, so not too bad compared to what they normally do. Today, maybe a second day play here. Again, I won't watch it, but possibly a second day play after gapping up the last couple of days, right? So they're getting the volume for sure. If you like it, I'll put it on your list today. All right, let's stop here. Let's take a look at what we're doing this. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Gotta get my day straight with this short and holiday week here. Today's Wednesday. Let's see what's happening in our community. Then we'll come back and see what our moderators are watching on this beautiful day. So let's get Peter to Wednesday.
Yes, indeed. It's midweek here, which means it's Wisdom Wednesday. It's Psychology Day, and we have a couple of sessions for you. Let me start chronologically here and say that first we have at 11 a.m. today, Pierre is going to take you through any trading question you want to have answered. So it's part of our Wisdom Day where he will help get you up to speed, answer any questions you've got. You can be about anything, whether it's psychology or technicals or whatever, but that's in the webinar room for our elite members. So you can join if you're not actively trading, or even if you are and you can do both. Feel free to join there at 11 o'clock. Then at 8 o'clock tonight, we've got Dr. Vanessa Charland, who's going to be with us talking about mastering the art of doing the hard thing. Should be a great topic. I love the psychology sessions because they give you food for thought. They help you think better about your trading, and that's what tonight's session will do as well. So once again, 8 p.m. in the webinar room for all of our elite members. Speaking of which, last night's webinar was early. It was at 5 o'clock. with Eamon, I know we had some people that had trouble getting in at the beginning. Something happened with the room being locked. We unlocked it. Some people still had trouble. So if you had issues, it was recorded. It will be available, so you can watch it on the recording if you weren't able to make it live. But I think everybody did get in. We had a few hundred people by the end of it watching that session live. So don't worry, we'll always record them and make sure they're available later. Next week, but back to the Wisdom Wednesdays. Next Wednesday, we've got Randy Howe's going to be back with us, giving part 2 of his stress proofing series, and that will be once again at 8 o'clock on the 26th of February. So that's what we got for our psychology series. Don't forget, you can join us here at Bear Bull Traders anytime. You just have to go to bearbulltraders.com, take a look. We got a number of membership options from the intro through to the elite annual, which is usually your best deal. Again, Andrew was supposed to be back today. He had sort of a emergency, had to sort of take off supporting some friends. So this Valentine's Day sale still on, because he sort of landed in Vancouver, but didn't get to the office. So you take advantage of this deal while you can. Again, I'm pretty convinced that once he gets back, that deal will end, usually the way it goes. So take advantage while you can. Otherwise, the price will probably go back to its normal price. And if you want information on the markets, tradingterminal.com is the place to go. So check it out for information on the markets, calendar events, and other data. All right, Carlos, I see we're running sort of a couple of minutes behind. We're not too bad, but why don't we let you set some levels. Moderators, time to get your lists in. And I'll then let everybody know what our mods are watching.
Yeah, absolutely. And Thor and Brian, if you guys are ready to go, just hop on and we'll switch over to you guys as soon as we can. Here is the SPY. Somebody asked me about it. It's just, again, just hanging out at all-time highs. Our good buddy Rob in the chat was asking for us to look at it. I mean, this market is just resilient. We talked about it a lot. I won't be surprised if we're hitting all-time highs by the end of the day. This is just the way this market has been moving. So looking pretty good. We broke it yesterday. We'll see where it goes today. All right, SMCI. SMCI, I mean, to the moon here, right? So this is doing pretty well. High of the pre-market this morning. We're going to slam it over at a 60.70. So 60.70 is a good spot for that. Towards the bottom, low of the pre-market, 57.61. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are doing pretty good. We're going to go to the daily here to the left and get some levels above this. We've been much higher, as you can see here. Next great daily level I see here is going to be 62. You can see that there, it might be, call it 63. 63 right on there. Great daily level. A lot of, let me show you the daily actually. Here we go. A lot of resistance happening there. So it's a great level to have. And in case we break out of that, we got some more up here. But again, that's a stretch. We need some ways to go to get there. But the way this daily has been moving, if it continues, we can be there by tomorrow morning. So SMCI looking pretty good right now. Here's BABA, another one that pre-market actually is not great. I usually like BABA when it's gapping up, you know, a lot more than this. We're gapping down. So right now we don't have a whole lot going on. We do have volume, but not a whole lot of movement. Low of the pre-market 126. The high is going to be I wanted 28.08, so put another level there as well. And then the last 2 trading days, just kind of been hanging out here in this little island. So again, not a great day yesterday, but we'll see what it does today. Maybe some kind of pullback or something if we can get it going there. The other one, I only have 3 on my main list. The other one is going to be Meta. I'm going to add more as we move forward, of course. But the other one here is Meta. And again, if you look at this pre-market action, we've been seeing a nice drop in the last couple of minutes. So we're going to go 709.51 is your low of your pre-market. If you look at the daily here, towards the top of your cover. I mean, you have everything on here. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close. You name it, it's there. We're reaching this area of support. This was support yesterday, as you can see on there. So let's see if that can hold one more time if we get down there. Below that, if we were to lose that, we do have 699, and then right here's the big level. Here's the real big level, 676, right? But before we get there, we got a couple of minor areas like 687 could be a good one as well. So you can mark those 2, but the big one is going to be the 667. We got plenty of touches happening right at that level. So let's see where it goes. Right now, showing some good movement on Meta. Not a whole lot of volume, but 445 is actually good volume for Meta. They don't get a lot of pre-market activity as far as volume goes, but they can get at the market open. All right, excellent. That's what we have. Let's head over to what our team is watching this morning and what they have on deck.
All right, guys, let's give you an idea of what our team is focused on this morning. We're going to start with Sean, who's going to be looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, and Meta. Avi is watching his usual, the Magnificent 7 plus AMD. Thor's going to be watching NVIDIA, Microsoft, PLTR, SMCI, and Tesla. Eamon, thinking that might be some longs out there in AMD and maybe in MasterCard. Megan's going to be watching Amazon, Intel, and Apple. Mike is watching NVIDIA and Intel. Pierre is going to be watching SMCI, NVIDIA, Intel. So very semi-heavy there. And then Apple. I've got my usual three. And then I'll also be watching Baba, SMCI, and Meta. Brian is in with his list, watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and Meta. And Phil is going to be watching Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Rivian. Interesting. Rivian, not one I've looked at this morning. Take a look at it right now. And not doing much, but it's on his list. So good, happy hunting. Yeah, it looks like, again, it's a fairly quiet morning. Not a lot of big movers, but again, I like days like that. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be volume out there. You just have to find where it is. Be patient, find your target, and the trade opportunities will come. So, yeah, trade smart out there, everybody. And I'm sure you will find some good opportunities. We're getting our live traders going. Don't forget, guys, we continue here on YouTube live right through till after 11 o'clock as we trade the opening bell and then see what else is happening in the morning. Thor and Brian are your two live traders here today, so they'll be on momentarily to help you out. Carlos and I want to thank you for, again, your patience. We had some technical issues getting started this morning, but you stuck with us, and we appreciate that. So hopefully you guys all have a great trading morning, whatever you choose to do. Said for me, you know what? Right now, I've got no identified trades for the open, which usually means that I will not be trading probably until about 10:30 or so. That's how my trading works. So I probably get the first hour just to sit back and watch. And if you're doing the same, you know what? Be patient, right? Keep your powder dry, as they say, and wait for that opportunity. Last reminder for everybody, economic calendar. We don't have any big announcements coming until 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is when the FOMC minutes are released again. It probably is not going to move the market over the long term, but in the short term, you normally get an immediate reaction as the electronic, the automated readers, the computers read the released minutes and then take some automated trades as a result. So you're going to expect to see some market movement immediately at 2, whether it's up or down, I don't know. Depends on how they read the wording of the minutes, but there should be nothing new in there. So we'll see what happens. But be ready if you're in a trade around 2. All right.
Awesome,
I think I hear
nice.
some rumblings out there. I see some pretty faces.
Thor and Brian ready to go, guys. So we'll let you take it off from here, guys. Have a great trade. Have a great trading day. Remember, me and Avi are back at 11. So on YouTube, stay tuned for that. Take care, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hey, morning, Brian.
Good
How's it
morning,
going, buddy?
Thor. I'm doing well. How's everyone doing this morning? All right. Yeah, it's nothing's looking really like nothing's jumping out at me right now saying trade me, trade me.
Right.
Anyway, we'll give it some time. But yeah, I mean, just looking at this NVIDIA trading just sort of choppy. You kind of say the same thing about Tesla. Some of my faves to trade. I think Google's kind of green. I think it's going to go. I think it's probably going to go red at the open. It's already sort of heading that direction.
Yeah, I've already
PLT.
I already got a little bit of started this morning. I got a short going already on against the market from around. I'm in from around 61.48. I actually got woken up by my son. We got a new puppy, which we're really excited about. But with the new puppy, I was awake at 4:30 in the morning. But good thing about being awake early, the futures were really high, and it was a good chance to get short. So I'm short from like 61.48. I'm still holding. So ideally, this is going to turn into a really nice day. Yesterday, man, what a fun day yesterday was. I almost made like half my month's P&L in like one day. yesterday. Just everything lit. It was a great day. So hopefully today we can just have a little fun and just kind of do a little bit more of that. That was really great. I like
Yeah.
Microsoft today. If the market decides to bounce, I think Microsoft's in a buying location on its daily as well as a buying location on its intraday. It's lacking volume, but if the market bounced, it would be a candidate for me. But we'll see how things go.
Let's see. OKLO, PLTR, to sort of meme stocks are looking a little weak as well. So possible for sell off. Yeah, Meta's continuing to drop here. Meta's now below yesterday's low, actually. So we had that freaky little buying session the last 5-6 minutes of the market close yesterday. That was really bizarre. I was watching CNBC this morning, and you got to listen to Kramer, but he wasn't even sure what happened there. He said he thought it looked a little suspicious, a little bit of manipulation there, trying to close the market at an all-time high,
What?
which they did.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? There is no
Yeah, so
manipulation in the stock market at all. That would never be something
wow,
that would happen.
you
Fake.
wouldn't
No,
think
I'm
so.
kidding. You know what happens.
You
No,
wouldn't think so. Anyway, yeah,
never.
where Metas could possibly, let's just take a quick look here. Where is support on Meta?
I like
Maybe down
PLTR
around
today, though.
just under 700. Yeah, 700 could be support on Meta. All right. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see what the market does today because, like I said, yesterday and pulling back a little bit today, but we'll see if the buying brigade shows up again. Like I said, I'm not seeing anything setting up for an opening trade, but we'll just this means we'll just have to sit and wait and look for an opportunity.
I'm watching a PLTR at the open. I rarely trade this one, but it actually has some nice plays available, and it's been kind of on a tear lately. So,
Yeah, well,
I'm kind of watching this one to see if it, just
it does kind of look interesting. I mean, it sold off and then just get that immediately buyback. I mentioned yesterday, watch around noon or 1. We'd have a bounce back and then a sell off, and the sell off started right at 1 o'clock. So kind of saw that one coming. We got 2 minutes, people. Wow, AMD just fell out of bed. The hell happened there?
AMD. All right, we're going to open here in a couple of minutes. Before we open, I just wanted to throw you. I just got done with a very, very difficult negotiation, back and forth between me, the producers, Andrew. It was just no, I'm just kidding. I was just texting Carlos. But so we talked about it, and for everyone in YouTube, I saw a couple people saying, "Hey, can we see the live trading screens?" When I'm trading in here, I'm going to run a deal for y'all, but it's a stiff one. If we can get to 600 likes, there's 900 people watching right now. probably about 700 bots and 200 people. Just kidding. If we can get to 600 likes, that's a lot of likes, but smash that like button. We will go live into the YouTube, right? So I will go ahead and we will bring the monitor up on mine, and I will share my screen out into the YouTube so you can see my play call. You can see stuff that's going on, but that only happens if we get enough likes in here to make that happen. So let's run for 600. If we can make it happen, let's go, people. Then we'll share some screens into the room for everybody, so you're not just watching the producer screen here. Good deal for you, good deal for me, people.
Right. Here we go. Ding,
let's
ding,
do some
ding.
trading. Good luck, people. Trade smart, like Peter says.
Trading. Let's do some trading. Wow. I'm watching AMD. I don't know what to make of that. Crazy, crazy. Tesla's popping.
Wow, AMD, man, look at that. That's really interesting, actually.
I don't really care for AMD very much. PLTR rejected at PDC. Tesla's breaking out.
Look at that. All right, Tesla time. I'm going to watch Tesla up here. This really fast move.
Watching PLTR, seeing what it's going to do here. It's right at yesterday's high and PDC, sort of same level. See if it's going to break out here or break down, one of the two.
Tesla just whipped
Certainly seeing some resistance here.
Still buying like crazy. Where's my seller? $498, $499, almost there, people. I'm still holding my my short on the ES. Watching Tesla here. Look at that. 358 looks like a good spot.
AMD really broke down. Just shorted a little bit of PLTR. I really don't. PLTR is kind of a scary short, but I'm in at 124.70. Kind of saw it faltering there at those levels. So let's see if we can get this below 124. Get some coverage here. Here we go.
Microsoft's right near that
some
buying
covered
area.
some there at just under 124. Tesla.
I went ahead and went short on Tesla at the loss of 357 there. If it squeezes back up through high of day, I will get out. Order book just brought in an order to the top side. Never mind. This is going to go again. We'll see. Hopefully they sell here. If not, I'm going to lose this one. It's one of those ones. As soon as you get in the position, yeah, almost. My stop was just on the other side of 358.25. It just wicked right up to me. Sell. Oh my God, that was so close. I need 358 to sell. If it buys through 358, I'll be out. All right, I'm still not. I'm out. All right, I'm out. All right, 1 hour down on Tesla. No big deal.
I'm still sticking here with a little bit of PLTR, but
I'm
again,
still
it's
holding my
really
short on
holding this
ES.
124 level. Thinking I'm just going to get out of it here.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm going to get out of it. So still green on that trade. I wouldn't be surprised if we go higher, but I don't feel like I don't feel like I have an edge on this. Nvidia, AMD are popping now a bit.
I like Amazon potentially. It's a really nice spot. Let's see here.
Slowing some Nvidia here, just see if we can break out.
Did you do that short on PLTR? Or did you bail on that
Yeah,
one?
I did a short on PLTR, but here we go. Let's see if we can get through 140 here on Nvidia. Come on, you got it in you. I know you do. There we go. Printing. Oh, they're hitting it there though.
There you go, Bernie. Let's see if I can see if we can make this work. I grabbed a little long on Amazon here at 225. Looked like we were pretty strong. I like that we're kind of in a buying range on the daily, and we were above S3 on the intradaily. So it looked like with a good book. So I'm going to see if the market squeezes. Should be a nice opportunity. So I went ahead and cut my ES short that I've been holding for the pre-market when it bounced off of S3 and came back through the 50 SMA. So captured enough money to cover my loss on Tesla and a little bit and quite a bit more than that. So that's good. So now we are seeing where we're at, making a little money today. Not big money yet, but yesterday was big money. So maybe today is just little money.
Yeah. Still sticking with this long, although I'm not liking this either. I'm not liking how long we're taking to get through this 140 level. Kind of feels like we're running out of steam here. Could bust out on Nvidia.
Just a reminder out there to the folks in YouTube. Hello, by the way, good to see everybody. We are trying to get to 600 likes. If we get to 600, then we will switch on so that you can see my screen live through the room. So you'll be able to see my toss screen and my book map and some stuff like that. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you hit that in there, and we'll share back and forth. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes,
We're getting close.
boss.
All right.
Yeah, so PLTR turned into a real dud. Didn't not doing much. Oh, maybe it's going to start to sell off. Looks like the SPY and the Qs are just choppy.
Yeah, PLTR's order book looks pretty heavy right now. It looks like it wants to sell.
I'm getting out of this Nvidia trade too. It's spending too long trying to get through this 140 level. So again, a little bit of money, not very much. No, Tesla's still trying to find a buyer. Yeah, it could be one, just what I call one of these days where we just We don't get any big moves. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of NVIDIA. Now it's pulling back. You can see what happened there. I mean, it just, there was a seller there, right at 140. See Bookmap, or you can just see it more clearly on Bookmap. Actually, you can just see how it just kept trying to push through there, and it just could not do it. Basically that's one of those patterns I've talked about before, where a stock clearly has a seller, and they just keep trying to push it, and the seller just keeps hitting the buyers, and eventually the buyers and give up, and the ones that are long like me give up and go away. They sell as well. So now we're getting a sell off on NVIDIA. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. I don't need a whole lot more on Microsoft. If this continues, if this does one good pop, I'm likely going to hit a target.
See, there's PLTR, kind of the opposite. It kept supporting at 124, and then eventually those buyers dried up. The sellers stayed, and the buyers who thought this was going to go higher started to get out of their positions, and next thing you know, boom.
All right. Also got Amazon going. So almost there on this one too. Really close. This is a S3 buy here. They can buy 226 here. That'd be great. Only thing I really don't want is just a really big sell to hit here, as long as we keep buying premium. Yeah, we made this big candle here. The volume was really low. So we pulled back to S3 and we offered, and the buyer stepped in there. So I went ahead and went long there and threw my stop just below this discount offering right here. Figure as long as that holds, I'll be okay. Ugh, look at the size of that seller. I'm also in Microsoft, which is a little bit wider of a stop on Microsoft. You can see I have to run this one a little bit bigger because my stop was really wide. But so far so good on that one too. So we'll see what happens.
Just shorted NVIDIA a little bit. I'm short NVIDIA right now. Again, I'm keeping my size small because this trading day is not conducive to.
We found a
Been too
really nice
conducive so far.
buyer on the ES right here, and we've been shopping ever since we found them. So they're definitely trying to probe the bid side liquidity to see if the buyers are going to step in here and buy. But I don't know how long they'll be willing to sit here and wait for that to happen or not. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Man, look at that sell stink. Lack of follow through. No likey. So someone was asking for reasons I cut trades. So there's a few reasons I'll cut a trade. One of them mostly to do with positioning. So like, let's say I get in and I feel like it's going to sell through me and I might get a better chance to buy lower with a tighter risk. I might actually go ahead and get out and allow that reoffer to happen so I can observe that and then make a decision on it. But mostly when I get out, it's because of market structure changes or like news events or something like that. I don't like that Microsoft didn't take off though. It's got a big bid to the downside now too. So that's a shift change. But
Okay, come on, here we go. NVIDIA.
Amazon got
Nice,
so close.
there we go. I'm trading the puts right now, so the 140s. We're gonna get to $3 on these. Here we are, $3. Tesla's going one way, Nvidia's going the other.
If the market stays in this position for too long and we can start finding a buyer, because right now our sells are being absorbed. So if we start making new highs pretty soon, I might look at taking along on the market and see if we can do a relief rally. They've really been selling premium a lot the past few days up at hold on, I'll tell you on the SPY so more people can follow it.
Okay, here we go. Just sold some more there on Nvidia. Sold some more puts.
Right there, like 611, which is like near PDC.
Tesla's getting a bid for some reason.
They're like, we stopped Thor out of a trade. Let's go. John H, you got that? Did you get that Tesla?
Yeah, Tesla's been the best trade of all here.
Yeah, in hindsight,
It's
now
been
that I
everything.
look at it, the order book was too bullish for the short I tried. It was the right place, but it wasn't the right timing. Like it went into it, it hit it. It was nice, but the order book was way too strong. There was entirely too much buying. So in hindsight, not my best work. Not my best work.
You got the
So
time. Yeah, so Nvidia snapped back as well. So again, not a great moneymaker move, but not bad. We've got serious FOMO on Tesla, but you just can't chase this thing up here.
come on, Microsoft. Microsoft's order book's looking a little bullish right now. So I got a shot on this one. The market still isn't necessarily buying, but it's not selling either. Like whenever the volume on the market it
Now,
tries to sell, it's not going anywhere. It's being completely absorbed. So the market maker seems to be fairly willing to take on any additional selling pressure, which normally is what we're looking for at least a temporary bottom. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. So we're really watching, like if we're obviously I'll use the futures here. So I'm looking at ES, and this is a place where we would like to buy. S3 is a buying location, and we've been holding S3 just beautifully. And we have been tearing in some more orders to the top side on the order book. So if we get some buy volume in right now, I think we've got the right things in for a pretty nice squeeze. So we at least squeeze the shorts, which the market makers have just been loving doing.
there is more topside here by the looks of it on Tesla. Some orders there. We just took out some more large orders at 362, 363. There's some big orders here at 365. Looks pretty bullish.
Hey, we made it. Ding, 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 600. And look what you can see. My screen's on YouTube. Look,
All right.
everybody. So now when we're talking, you can see I've got my ES. You can see the book map here for the ES, and it's showing, so I'm talking about that order structure coming into the top side. That's these limit orders building in up here, right? And you can see here's all my, if I was going to play it, here's my varied plays I'm looking for. You can see on the screen. And then here's my, for instance, S3 buy. You can see how that coordinates here. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I can look and talk about whatever you want.
Wow, big buy at 365 on Tesla. It's getting really extended, like from the moving averages. I don't know. So maybe a short squeeze or something going on here.
Here comes some selling is coming into the market right now. So you can see we got some selling. Look at the volume here on the sell side coming down here. We're right back to session low.
Big flusherama.
Mm-hmm. This is Think or Swim, actually.
Yeah, we came down to some lows of the pre-market, so I would expect a bounce here on this buy.
Yeah, I agree. Daily Inspiration in YouTube, or Mina, right? Mina. I agree with you. I think FOMC notes are going to come out at 2:00, and I think uncertainty around that is certainly fueling what we've got going on.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the minutes say. They can move the market for sure.
So in the YouTube, Francisco was saying, I would like to take a class in university about finance and stock market. What's your suggestion for me? Francisco, my personal, obviously education, always super important. Do you mean as in making it relatable for day trading, or because you want to be like a financial advisor or something like that? And that's a really important distinction. Like if you're going to be like a financial advisor where you're going to be advising people on their long-term portfolios and stuff like that, you definitely want to get a degree in that, and in something. But if it's directly related to day trading, I'm not sure if there's a specific university you would want to go to that will really help you towards day trading, because it's not really like one of those like supported, accredited kind of concepts. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I would.
you need to go to the University of Variable Traders if you're
Yeah, I was gonna
interested
say
in.
you probably want to find yourself just a really knowledgeable community. You know what I mean? That kind of fits your trading style, and then I would prod the experience of the people within that community. You'll probably get better information that way, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I've done an MBA. I mean, it didn't help me with trading, I can tell you that.
And someone said in the chat
Um,
that you look younger than me today, Brian, which I tell them you look younger than me every day. So, I mean, it's the hair. I mean, look at that hair, the luscious
it's the hair,
locks.
man. Yeah,
What are you going to do?
it's the blonde locks. It's my hairdresser. Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Right? Just between me and my hairdresser. There was a
Yeah,
question
you're
about the
not.
pivots. Here we go. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, you're not
Sorry.
going to learn about the stock market, the operation of the stock market in any university. That's not the kind of stuff they're going to teach you. So getting a bit of a bounce here with the Qs. Not surprising. We're getting a bounce here. Straight off of the pre-market low. Same.
So let's see. So we had how do you identify HFT and institutional moves in real time? Volume, baby. Volume. If an institutional trader
Yep.
is coming in, if they're bringing in the smart money, the big money, if they're coming in and doing what they're doing, the VPA will set you free. Volume and price analysis is by far the single most easy way. If there was one skill set I actually could say right now completely took my trading and just went like in an instant, like as soon as I got through it and understood it, like the instant return on the investment of my time, volume and price analysis is by far going to be one of those items. I would say VPA for me is almost more important than candles. I can watch volume on a chart and watch the tape, and I can probably tell you almost all the same information I could get just off of watching candles, right? But candles, which is price analysis, right, or price-based analysis, right, says a lot of things, but it can be very, very misleading. Like yesterday, we had a really good trade on Tesla, and it was spotted because of how obvious the VPA was in it. And so just, specifically looking for anomalies in VPA when you get a big candle, but there's not enough volume. The volume really sets you free when it comes to that. So for volume and price analysis, I'm going to throw out a couple references for y'all to look at. If you're a member of Bearable Traders, and a reason to be a member of Bearable Traders out there for YouTube, I've done multiple webinars on volume and price analysis. So certainly that's there for you. If you're looking for a resource outside of Bearable Traders, I did write my book, A Complete Day Trading System, has a volume and price analysis section in it. And the best book, the one I'm going to recommend always, because it's the book that got me going in VPA, is Anna Cooling's A Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis. Actually, A Complete Day Trading Systems title is in some ways slightly a nod towards Anna Cooling's publication, just because I respect it so much. So if you're really going to look for a good VPA book as well, I would definitely invest. And hers is very inexpensive as well. I mean, it's with color. So check that out. And any other questions you have, they'll come in here. We're happy to talk about it, especially now that we got the likes and we got screens up, so I can chat to you all day.
Yeah.
Hey Thor, why is everyone using DOS? So a lot of the members of the BBT community do momentum trading, right? So BBT has a little bit of everything: futures, options. But when Brian and Andrew started BBT was more specifically a momentum house, and it still really kind of is, right? So it's it's going to be so. In order to trade momentum well, you need to be able to get it out of your positions with confidence, right? And so you need a platform that's going to have data speed that's going to draw your candles for you fast enough that you can do that. And you're going to need some pretty good routing in order to get those orders to and from the market quick enough for you to take advantage of that nuance. DOS Trader, as in my humble opinion, obviously, is hands down the best platform for that. If you want to get shares into the market quickly with good risk management, you can script your own hotkeys for how to manage your risk, stuff like that. DOS is it. Now, DOS's downside, because of the speed of execution and those inroads into the market that get you in and out of those orders really fast, it comes with a hefty data fee. You're going to spend $300 to $400 a month right on DOS because you're paying for premium access. You want VIP access. You got to have VIP status,
direct access.
right? So if you want to get that, right, then you got to do that. So if you're you got to think about how those different things are coming into perspective. So but once you get those all things put in, it gets you in and out of your order exchanges faster than just anyway. If you're using Thinkorswim, you'll notice Thinkorswim's candles draw, easily 15 seconds sometimes behind DOS's candles. Ninja is kind of on par with DOS, but Ninja doesn't fill quite as quickly. I use all of these platforms, so I'm quite familiar with them. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're looking at it. You're going to pay for what you get in the market, and sometimes $300 a month sounds like a lot of money. But if it's going to make you make more money in the long run, it likely will offset. And I think for most of us, that's how we view it.
Yeah, you're paying. You're in the market if you're trading and trying to be a professional. You've got to have professional tools, and DOS is the best tool. You don't go on a race course and people are driving Ferraris and Porsches. You don't take your Chevy Malibu out there, and that's basically, you want to have a Ferrari too. This is our Lamborghini. This is our favorite car make, but just trying to draw the analogy here that the DOS is the Ferrari of trading. So again, if you're out there trading and you want to do this seriously, you've got to spend the money. It's just like any profession, really.
And I was really curious to know how you knew what my car was. I mean, Malibu all day, right? No.
Chevy,
Uh,
no, you're a Jeep guy. Come on, I
I
know
know. I
that.
got a Jeep. I got a Jeep. I'm just kidding. I got a Jeep. But
See,
yeah,
I
that's I love
I
it.
know you. You got a
You
Jeep,
know me.
man. You're a Jeep guy. You can even look like a Jeep guy.
I do look like a Jeeper guy. I'll take it as a compliment.
Can
It might
just
not
see.
be one depending on who you use it with, but I'll take it. No, it's I like that a lot. But it's what was this? How did what was this? Why toss? Is it because of the pivot strategy? So toss, honestly, Vols, a little inside baseball. Toss is because of Bookmap. I really like Bookmap. I like being able to see the visual order book, to see the DOM broken out in a visual way. Bookmap will run you $300 or $400 a month. Bookmap through Schwab is $39.95. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I don't tell Toss. I literally tossed like a K into a Schwab account just so I could get Toss, just so I could have the cheap Bookmap. But then also Toss offers all the custom scripting. So I shared my cam settings in the BBT chat room for everybody. Those are my Toss settings, and those load the cams along with the plays and all of that stuff in there, and kind of tells you. So like right now, ES, I'm talking about longing S3 right now potentially if it holds. The reason why is because it's a higher range, and one of my preferred plays, PCP stands for preferred cam play, is an S3 to R3 traverse. So if we buy here, I'm looking to go to R3. Look where session high happens to be from pre-market, right? Pre-market high is right under R3. So I'd go long S3 looking for a target of pre-market high, right? And that's going to be my play, right? Now, if it gets all the way up here to February, which is this month's monthly R4, which happens to be right at R4, we could look to flip short at R4 and come back across the range. Or if it breaks out and there's enough ATR left, which there is, we could actually do a continuation and play long off of that. All of those plays are detailed here. And if you have a copy of my book, they all line up with how the plays are described and laid out in the book. So let's see here. Script for pivots on DOS. DOS just has them in there. Just use pivots and select the toggle for Camarilla pivots. And then depending on whether you want pre-market data added or not, you can select that in there as well, right on there. DOS is actually where I started using it because that cam set came very well, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. And then this is an interesting question.
I'm
Third
pretty.
world country in the Caribbean, Brian, and he wants to know how much they need
Yeah,
to get started trading live. I don't know if the third
you
world
know,
country part has
you
much to do with it.
well, no, you actually, it's kind of interesting. You've got in the States, you've got this. What's the name of that rule that
PDT,
the day
right?
trading rule?
PDT
What's
for
the
us
name?
in the
What is it?
States. Pattern day trading
Yeah,
rule.
to day trade, you've got to have, oh, PLTR selling again. In day trading, you got to have 25,000 in your account. In Canada, for example, and I'm sure a lot of other countries, you probably don't have that same restriction. Ooh, Spy just took a
Yeah. Yeah, it just took a
back
bit
to
of a
low
hit there,
day here.
huh?
Yeah,
So one of the things you can think about, especially like for instance, CMEG, Nitty in the room was talking about CMEG is out of Trinidad, for instance, and you won't require that. I think the thing you're going to be more concerned about is leverage and buying power, right? You're not going to really have any rules that are going to stop you in that capacity.
yeah,
You're going to be worried about leverage and buying power. How much leverage or how much buying power do you need to be a day trader? And that depends on your exposure method, right? Like for instance, Brian often trades, like I'll see him take a short on Tesla, but he uses options, right? Because he's using options, he can get more exposure to the market for less money, right? And if he sees a
yeah.
really good move, he can actually. So if you learn, some of the time, some of our smaller account people actually get. We have Jared in here, we have Megan in here, we have Brian in here, we have a lot. I mean, almost all the mods besides me technically probably understand how to trade options. I trade futures because options have too many options. But with the exposure method, it really does help, and you can do a lot more with less. But I would recommend at least having, if you're going to go all cash, you at least need to have enough money to carry a halfway decent position. So if you're going to trade futures, you know what I mean, then you may be able to do something a little bit different there. Like I trade futures. So as I'm trading futures, I get different leverage. So I really only need like 5 to 10K in an account, but I can still get like $100,000 worth of leverage, right, through my broker, which is Ninja, right? So and in that instance, you know what I mean, you really don't need a lot of cash to make some good money. It just kind of depends on how you're going to be exposed and interact with the market.
Just threw a little short on Tesla here just to see, just a small trade, just to see if we can make a few bucks. Take my buddy Thor out for
I'm
a
going to be in
margarita at the
Vancouver.
beach.
Yeah, I'll be in Vancouver soon. We can go out.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'll buy you dinner if you buy me dinner.
Here we go. Just
All right, so our buying range on the market is not. They've been consolidating and they have not held it well. They're reoffering to the buy side. If we don't get some buying going on here and in a hurry, we'll probably leg down. ATR low is still a bit below us. So, but if we're gonna find a buyer, it should be like right around here. So, but they're working hard to try and fish that buyer out, and they do not seem to be coming to the table just yet. So, we'll see what's going on. So
okay,
in
we're
the
right at
YouTube, what do you got, bud?
right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart on Tesla. Just gonna cover some here in case we bounce. This is an area.
25K is basically 3.5 mil in Taz's country. Taz, I hear you there, man. So here's the thing you could also consider. There are some what they call funded brokers that are out there. Little different. Most of them are futures related, that offer that kind of thing. You can kind of get some market exposure and you do some profit sharing. Which allows you to maybe do some of that. Most of us really don't look at funded brokers as a long-term solution, but if you can get into it and kind of generate a little bit of money here and there, you can use that to kind of bolster your account. I don't personally use any funded brokers now, because I actually ended up opening my own futures account just through Ninja and then doing that. But I funded that futures account with money that I got off of funded brokers. Top Step, Apex were two of the ones that I both qualified for, went through, made money off of, and then closed. So those are all pretty good ones. So there might be some options for you, Taz, as far as generating it. But it is kind of one of those things, it's kind of like if you think about like just inventory, if you're looking to be in sales, one of the things in order to sell stuff is you got to have inventory of whatever you want to sell. Right. So and unfortunately, cash is our inventory. You know what I mean? We utilize our cash and, we short against our brokers and we buy with our broker in order to take advantage of market movement. And you got to have the cash to do it. So that's going to, that is going to be one of the harder things. I don't recommend trying to look at like low floats and like really, what we would call like less ideal opportunities. The top side is obviously certainly big in those, but you're more likely going to lose money than make money over time, unless you're a really talented trader. And most of us aren't really talented traders the first day we start with a small account. It takes a while to get to that point. That's why I always love all these gurus that do, oh, look, I show you I can do of course, you've been trading for 10 years. Of course you can build a small account. You've done it 20 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's can you do it the first time? That's the hard part, right? So anyway, so just kind of keep that in mind. There's some ways to get you there. I wouldn't recommend doing any method that, requires interest or stuff like that. If anything else, if it's a really important thing for you, it's, you get the side hustle, and whatever money comes out of the side hustle, you stick that in a mattress until you got enough money to get started trading. Until then, get into sim. You can do anything you need to do in sim for a really long time. Make sure you know how to trade, you know the methodology of the market, right? And then get rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? So it's good, really good questions in the room today and the YouTube.
Yeah.
I like you guys. This is fun. The only funded broker I know for stocks off the top of my head is actually, and this isn't a plug, it's Bearable Traders. Actually, Andrew does a funded thing through BBT, but Andrew will admit straight off the bat that it's for education and learning purposes. It's like, if you start, it's one of those things, like if it starts to go even to a certain point, he'll actually reach out to you and say, hey, you're doing a great job. You know what I mean? You should be looking at funding a live account now. So I think these funded accounts are brilliant, but I think as a transitionary tool, ideally, I think every one of us wants to be your own boss, wants to make your own money, doesn't want to have to report to somebody or use somebody else's rules, right? That's why you came to this, because, you wanted to make money and you kind of wanted to get to, have your say in that. So as you give up these things, you start to give up that so sought after traders freedom. You know what I mean? That we're all looking out for the more and more and stuff. It's like, like getting a proprietary, right? It's nice to trade with a proprietary, but if you're trading with a proprietary, you have to follow the proprietary's rules. You have to trade their systems, their tickers they like. You know what I mean? You start to give away those things that make the day trading so much fun, which is, kind of your ability to, to hunt
Do your own thing.
and find your idea that you really like and get to, feel how good that feels when that experience works or doesn't work. Roger and YouTube, are prices of stocks the same as options? I'm not going to go down that road because we're going to need like a longer than a YouTube, like like the 20 minutes we have left here with me in order to go through all of that. I'm just gonna, but we have tons of option material here in the room. There's strike prices, calls, puts. You got to worry about decay, premium, their
Yeah.
stuff. Fortunately, if you want to learn about it, I got a guy. He may or may not be on this phone call right
You know,
now.
guy.
Right? I
You
know
know,
a guy.
guy.
He may or may not have written a book. You know what I mean? So just,
Yeah.
if really, and this is the plug for Brian. I'm a salesman. You guys know I'm going to always plug our stuff, especially since you're asking, and I want you to get the best resources. Brian's options material, chef's kiss. I don't trade options. I still read the book because I wanted to understand why the market was doing the things it's doing. And you do not understand how impactful options expirations and prices, strike prices being hit and all these other things, how that, whenever you talk about like the old Wall Street bets, roaring kitty stuff where they manipulated the market makers back in all the GameStop stuff and all that, right? All of that stuff went down because of options, right? Because once we started getting buying, we had market makers that were being forced to hedge and cover, right? This is where we get these big gamma squeezes from and all of that stuff. So if you want to learn about it, come in and hang out at BBT. If nothing, just for everybody in YouTube, I'm just saying, they run promos. Just keep your eye out on BBT all the time. Like not that long ago, they did like 1 week for $1 or something like that. You know what I mean? So just kind of keep watching on the YouTube and wait for another one of these cool promos to come, and then just get in here and just rip through the information. I guarantee you're going to like us enough once you get in here, you're going to stay just to hang out with us. So I'm not worried about you getting the info. So just come in here and, but it's all good stuff. And we've got webinars, videos, everything in here. So come by and check it out. Wait for one of those good promos and hit us. Otherwise, keep liking the YouTubes. And when I'm in here, I'll keep talking and showing you anything you want. You guys keep liking my stuff. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we got 624 likes now. That's awesome. Yeah, book on Amazon, how to trade options. Just easy to remember, by Brian Peasant. Now, Thor's throwing out a lot of things like strike price and um,
none of which he understands.
Expiry date and all the rest of that. Day trading options is and time decay, theta, that kind of stuff. You hear all those terms. Now, day trading options is much simpler because you pretty much, if you're day trading options in and out of a trade, you really just are just trading. You're just trading the stock, but you're just using a different financial vehicle. when you're day trading, typically you just want to stick close to the price. So if you're either buying a put or you're buying a call, depending on whether you want a short position or a long position. And typically you stay really close to the current price. So you don't deal with any of the theta decay and all the rest of that goes with options. Having said that, it is much more risky. So you've got to be again, you've got to be pretty sure about your trading style and why you're trading a stock. Where you're going to get in, and more importantly, where you're going to stop out if you're wrong. And yeah, the gains can be pretty decent on a percent return, but the it cuts both ways.
And
But yeah,
since
I,
I'm doing
I
such a
talk
good
about
at
day
my
trading in my book. Yeah, I talk about day trading in my book, some strategies. I talk about some other strategies that are more swing trade strategies. Um, right now, I'm just holding some 180. I'm short some 180 calls in Reddit. So they're going to expire end of the week, but that's a swing trade. So all sorts of things you can do with day trading and swing trading options and position trading. Super flexible financial instrument. I see Meta's making a little day here.
Yeah, someone was just asking if there's more downside for Meta. Let's take a
I
look
did.
at its
We
book
did
and see what we got.
at the open. We did. I did say it's 695, I believe.
So Meta for me has already run out its downside ATR. So I wouldn't be looking for too much lower, probably on Meta.
No, I
Its
agree.
order book is
I
also
agree with
starting
you.
to bring in orders to the top side. So it looks like it actually may be preparing to reverse. So yeah, I probably wouldn't. I mean, if you're in a position, maybe trail the 50 SMA, and if it comes back through the 50, I call it the poor man's trend line. If it comes back through there, you could probably dig out there because it's probably not much. It's probably not likely it's going to sell off significantly more than it has today. Also, the market's still holding. Oh, we just had an initiative buyer hit the ES as well. So someone's trying to come in and buy the dip right here. So we may have our buying brigade coming to the table here in a second here, Brian, see what they do.
Here we go. We love the buying brigade.
So I'm glad you guys like my solid sales talk. You guys, if this didn't work out, I was either going to be a comedian or a car salesman. So thank God this worked out because I'm not that funny and I don't like people. So that wouldn't have just so that wouldn't
Other
have
than
worked out
that,
very well. But I wanted to remind everybody, Phil, whom is one of our moderators in Baby T, also every Tuesday, and this is especially for you out here who are talking about how much money you need to get started. Phil, every single Tuesday at 11 does a small account day trading options chat in our webinar room in here as well. So if that's something you're looking to do and you want to grow a small account or you want to start using a small account, doing that via options, we do have a moderator in here every single week that is dedicated to working with you and helping you do that. So just so you know, sales continue. But just want to put that in there for let's see what else do we got. But yeah, you can see what we got on the air. So ATR. So ATR, two different methods on ATR. One, I in my TOS scripting, which for those of you who have TOS, let me go ahead and give this to you. I have what's called my ATR guides. This is all custom scripting for you from me. You're welcome. That should get you more likes. No, I'm kidding. So if you pick a ticker here, like on Microsoft, for instance, you can see that as I zoom out, you can see I have this green dash down here. So if I'm looking at $7.27, which is Microsoft's ATR, if I go from pre-market high, right, or session high, I can calculate that downwards, and that gives us what would be our projected session low. Now, if our pre-market low or our session low stays the low, then we could go as high in a rally as all the way up to like 415. Right now, this isn't how far it will go, right? It's not how far it will go, but this is the projection on how far we think it could go, right? So for instance, like if you're asking, do you think Tesla has more upside? Well, Tesla's projected ATR allows it to get to almost 370.85. So it certainly could still move higher than this, right? So, but its downside ATR is coming inside the low end of the range. So it may just start chopping here because we can't go much higher, or else tomorrow we'll have to be committed to a different move. So pretty interesting stuff. But just so you know, ATR guides are posted. It says Thor's ATR guides, and with a toss link, I posted like about 5 or 6 people up. Go ahead and check in there, and you can get that. And really, once you put them on your screen, it will blow you away how often you go and click on a ticker, and then that ticker, in the day ran exactly its ATR high and ATR low. It's pretty fun.
Tesla's been strong today. I don't know where the buyers are coming from, but definitely being 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 there.
So, Annette was asking how much our monthly expenses on subscriptions and stuff like that are. I feel like I need one.
Here's
What's
a good
that app
question.
that you run and it goes through your bank account and like tells you all the subscriptions that you have that you're not using?
Yeah,
I really feel like I
yeah,
probably
yeah.
need that on my trading account right now. But I would say probably around $400 to $500. I'd say prospectively, because I have a couple of subscriptions that I have for free that I would normally otherwise be paying for right now. I think if I included DOS plus little fees here, I have my trade tracking software I use, which is TradeZella. I use I have DOS, which has a monthly subscription. If I was using Bookmap, that would carry, but I don't. Thankfully, if I had to pay for Bookmap, not through TOS, that would be a couple extra hundred. So I would say
Yeah.
Rocket Money. That's it. I would say,
Rock-
I'd say probably the expectation for most are probably around 400 to, 250 to 5. You know what I mean? 'Cause especially if
yeah,
you're trying to get into like a fast execution platform like DOS, again, that data and all those things like that, you're paying a premium for it, but it can be worth it. So, but just kind of keep that in mind. Rip ATR guides.
yeah. The Bookmap data is pretty expensive.
Yeah, 20 to 30 bucks a day, if you think about it that way. That's a great
120
breakdown,
bucks.
Michael. I like that. Like 20, 30 bucks a day, basically, in subscriptions, data, and stuff like that. But if you think about that way, if you get to a point where you're making a couple $100 a day, the fees start to, it's kind of like comms. In the very beginning, when you first start trading, comms are murder. Like, you hate comms. Every time you have a bad day, it's like, oh my God, because you're trading $20 a trade or $25 a trade, your comms end up being like $10 or something like that, or $20, and you only won like one trade that day. You just ate your entire day in comms, and it stinks, right? But once you get to where you're, trading like I trade $200 risk per trade, going for $800, but my comms, believe it or not, are still the same amount, right? Like, I have a bigger account, but I actually trade larger assets, futures, or like Nvidia, or a bigger asset. I take less shares than I used to take when I was trading smaller, right? And I don't partial as much, right? So my comms are actually probably lower now than they were when I was a new trader, right? And they're obviously, because of the amount of money I make, like, they're not impactful, right? Because $20 or $30 a day, when I average $600 or $700 a day, right, isn't like going to be a big deal. But when you're starting off as a trader, like I said, it's just murder, because every time you're like, oh, I had a bad trading day, I lost $25 plus $30 in comms. You know what I mean? It just stinks. But just understand that's your tuition,
Yeah.
right? That's the tuition you pay to the education of the market. If you're going to become a doctor, it would take you 10 to 12 years, and you'd spend like $1 million to become a doctor to hopefully make $1 million as a doctor. You'd save lives though, which makes you a cool person. But here, you're going to lose a couple bucks going into the market, and we get upset about it. Just think about it as being tuition cost. You know what I mean? You got to pay to play. You know what I mean? And this is just going to be one of those things.
Yeah, one of those things.
Someone asked my account size. Ooh, that's personal. No, so my future, my account's a bit bigger than that. Let me give you a range, so I don't have to tell you the exact amount, because I have to pay taxes in like a month, and I don't want this to be public information. So let's just say it's my trading account, because I keep it specifically under a certain amount, is not quite 6-figure. But not quite 6-figure, like right around that spot. That's where I like to keep it. You don't need too much buying power unless you're like trying to become like a designated market maker or something like that. You know what I mean? And since I'm happy to use my leverage, I really don't need to keep that money in there. And why expose that money to the market? You know what I mean? If you have a big error, you get hung up in a trade or something like that, all of a sudden you lose way more money than you were expecting. Right? Why do that? So I actually drain my primary account and keep it at a very specific amount. And I have two accounts. I have my primary account, which is an IBKR account that I use for trading equities, futures, options. I don't trade options, but it's available if I wanted it to. And then my other account is through Ninja Brokerage, and it's just a futures account that I trade futures with. So specifically vague, yes. Now my futures account that I trade with out of is actually quite small. That one I carry. It's less than PDT, but I don't need PDT because I'm trading futures. Haha! One of the other benefits to trading futures, don't need PDT. So that's kind of how that looks. Remember, when it comes to account, it's really about, don't be afraid to use your buying power. A lot of people really, I understand wanting to use cash. And if you're if you're US based, especially, and you can't meet PDT, then you have to use cash. Like, I get that. But inevitably, you know what I mean? You want to get into a position, they're going to give you credit. You might as well use it. You know what I mean? But just be really specific with your risk management. Andrew says it all the time, one bad trade away from blowing out your account. And that's absolutely true if you're not using proper risk management. If you have platform and broker stops on how much money you can lose every day, and you're using fixed risk hotkeys or automated management strategies or something like that, then you're never going to be one bad trade away from messing up your day. But, restricting your account size, hotkeys, fixed risk things, these are the things that will keep you market. And it doesn't matter how talented that you are in the stock market. You can make $1 million today. If you don't use good trading stops and good rules, it might take a year. It might take 5 years. The market will get its money back out of you if you don't stop it from doing it. It's just how it is.
Sort of like repeatedly going to a casino.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to get drained.
Yeah, I mean, that's why if you go in, it's I actually had this mentality once. We went to a gas station, and I bought a lotto ticket, and I won. It was a scratcher, and I won $400 on a scratcher, and I was like so excited about it. And I was like, this is great, right? So, but now you have two decisions. Like the gambler in you would say, okay, now I can take these winners, $400. I could go buy $400 worth of scratchers. Right. And then what if I hit the million? You're not going to hit the million. You just lost all $400. It's all gone. Right. Because the probabilities on winning in the lotto are so low. Like, the fact that you won was a statistical outlier. You know what I mean? You can't turn that into a reason to do more. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got lucky. You know what I mean? So, and unfortunately with the market, there's I wouldn't say lucky or unlucky, but the market is really, really good at jigging and chopping and representing itself really, really strong. That's why the VPA helps represent itself really, really weak, then start squeezing really, really strong, then start going the other direction. I mean, they're trying to get your money. And so if you keep it exposed to the market and you keep it exposed often, at some point in time, they're going to figure out how to trick you into giving it to them. So that's why if you hit that goal for the day, and you're happy, get out of the market. Like, it's like, hitting your big money at Vegas. You made money. Time to start drinking.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's, let's go to lunch. I mean, let's
Uh,
do something here. So,
yeah,
Brian
go
and I
see a
go out to
show.
Lobster every time we have a really good day. We actually Skype each other, or what are they? It's not Skype anymore. We do the team thing, Telegram each other while we're at Lobster, because he's in
Yeah.
Canada and I'm here. So that's good.
Yes, boss. Okay.
Cool. Speaking of walking
Here's
away,
yeah,
it's about 10:30,
NVIDIA's at
so I'm gonna
PDC.
go ahead and call it a day for me. So maybe get our a buddy in to come in here. My day, I ended up actually I ended up hitting my futures trade pretty nicely on that short, so that's got me in the green for today, although I took a loss otherwise. But looking good. And after yesterday having such a big day today I really think I was just coming in here trying to make sure I didn't do anything too silly, and mission accomplished there, only partially silly. But we heard our profit of profit kill it today with some good moves. But you were also kind
Yeah.
of sizing down and being a little sensitive with the movement
Yeah.
too. So you were sensing what I was
Yeah. It
sensing.
wasn't,
So
yeah, it wasn't a stellar day. It wasn't like yesterday, but, we still made some money. That's the goal.
absolutely.
Look at, we're breaking out on the
So,
Qs and the
so maybe
SPY
not
right now.
lobster today. Maybe lobster bisque
Yeah.
instead of lobster.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, people, I'm out of here. Much love to everybody out there in YouTube landia. Thank you so much for the interactions and the likes today. Anytime I'm on, we're gonna try and run this little thing. If you guys get me the likes, then I'll share screen for you so you guys can see what's going on, see the book, and ask questions and get real back and forth. So appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your trading week. Andrew should be back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll see you all then, and I'll talk to you soon. Keep it green, peeps.
See,
See you, brother.
have a good one, Thor. Here we go. NVIDIA breaking through 139, 140 maybe. Gonna hit there. Yeah, that meta would have been like that 695 area, which is the area we talked about as being an area where we'd probably see a bounce. There you go, 695. Look at NVIDIA rip.
Hey Brian, you're having a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah, it's been. Have you had any fun today? I mean, it's kind of been a bit more of a choppy day.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been interesting. I thought
SPY
the
is
move
really
short on Meta was fun for me. Not Meta, sorry, Nvidia. Short on Nvidia. So I got that one, that worked.
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, other than that, a couple of little stop outs. So still kind of haven't got underway yet. Still early for me, you know.
Still looking. Are you in a trade now or
No, no, no. I only start trading after 10 p.m., you know. It's like when I wake up, that's it's a mindset.
okay?
But yeah, no trades yet. Hey everyone on YouTube. How y'all doing? Interesting day for sure. Man, that Tesla rip, I can't believe it. In hindsight, I was looking at it like, oh,
Yeah,
what
I
a
don't
great
know.
setup for the long. Yeah.
I'm so there's just part of me that just I can't long Tesla because I've got this I just have this thing about fundamentally it's just so overpriced and
Yeah.
it's not even the valuation, it's the it's the fundamentals. I mean, their sales are dropping everywhere, like in China, in Europe, um, in North America. Their margins are compressing. BYD is quote unquote eating their lunch.
Yeah.
There's so many good the competition has become pretty intense for them. I just don't
Mhm.
I just don't, there's just part of me that just thinks the stock is, but the thing about Tesla is, there's just this cult following, and it's, you get a move like this and you look at it, think, ah, shit, should have, yeah, well, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's hard to. And I'm like you. I would
Yeah.
never, ever hold it long, as in on any sort of investment basis or swing trade. I just haven't done that. I won't do that. So yeah, when you know that other side of the picture, just kind of like you get stuck with it a little bit. So and that's actually something I do. I
Oh,
do
well,
not
yeah.
day trade the same stuff that I have, in the long term portfolio. Like I won't touch the same stuff. So that's just me and
Anyway,
my thinking.
you can be, the market can be wrong longer than you can stay solvent. So, I mean, there you go. You don't fight the price. That's the thing.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. The market is terribly inefficient, and that's where we can make money as traders. So
Uh,
that
Rising devil trades usually are trades you take at the open. Let me just see what SMCI is doing. Yeah,
I've just taken a
rising
short
devil
on
trade is.
Apple. Go ahead, go ahead. I'll
What are you
tell you.
doing? Sorry.
I just took a short on Apple, bought some puts just a moment ago.
Oh
So
yeah. Okay.
just letting you. Very good.
Rising devil trade is something you do at the open, and the criteria you need is it's got to be gapping down on news, and going into the market open, you just look for a pop up to short. So it's more of an opening trade. It's not really it's not a trade you take, at 10:30 in the hour into the open. Um, and it didn't really set up as a rising devil either. I mean, it was gapping up, which completely is not a rising devil. It's got to be gapping down. This could be sort of like a bit of the opposite, which we call a fallen angel or whatever. I mean, it was gapping up. It dropped down a little bit at the open and then started to move back up again. So,
Mhm.
but right now, SMCI is just hanging around the VWAP.
Mhm. Yeah, that Rising Devil stuff, man, it's super volatile. I've seen you get in within the first
Yeah,
20, 30 seconds. It's fast. Yeah.
it can, yeah, that's, yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky trade for sure. Just looking at Tesla here, it's moving averages are kind of compressing, and we're trading right between the 9 or the below the 9 and the 20, but above the VWAP.
Mhm. Man,
Still
Tesla.
some big orders up at 367, 370 on Tesla. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go there. Oh, PLTR is moving up.
This is Brian, where I've heard you say it a million times, don't short a strong stock. I can hear you right now in my
Yeah.
face, in my voice, sorry, my ears, about Tesla. It's just it's like,
Yeah.
okay, don't short it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, interesting.
it can easily pop back up here now. Wow, PLTR is back at the VWAP 123. Kind of feel like it might be a short here.
LTR. Oof, another mover,
Hmm.
huh? Oh,
Oh, AMD came back up.
yeah. It's just watching AMD.
Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting. Tesla's not an automaker maker, Yama. That's funny. It's a tech company, right? It fits in the Mag 7 or
It's a
something like
tech
that.
company, yeah, with their robots, and and they kind of feel like this robot, this robo taxi. I mean, they've already the full self driving, and I mean they're already there's a lot of Chinese car companies that are just starting to introduce that to the market as well. So Tesla's not on the cutting edge of that either. I mean, and the taxi business. I mean, you've already got Waymo operating in a number of cities. So I don't know.
Mhm. Yep.
Anyway, you can come up with all sorts of reasons why Tesla should is overvalued, but at the end of the day, you just have to honor the price, whatever the market wants, whatever price the market wants to give it. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Hmm. Yep. Especially for trading, you're watching price action, candlesticks, and you got to pay attention to that. So,
Yeah,
oh, Tesla, I would love to see a good strong pullback on Tesla, as in get to 360 even, and then a continuation long for the day. That would be wonderful.
hmm.
Nice trade for later today if it sets up. Other than that, for now, I don't see much of an opportunity anywhere, at least for my style. More sit and wait kind of period.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to see if there's something here.
Yeah, I had fun with the
And a
Nvidia
bit of a
short
pop.
earlier, but nothing now. Yeah, go ahead. What are you looking at? Robert S., you're into PLTR? Yeah, cool. Hopping up. Is that what you're looking at, Brian? PLTR?
Yeah, I
Moving
was
pretty.
looking at PLTR just ripping right now.
Yeah.
There's a stock that's talk about overvalued. I mean, it's a bit of a mystery stock. They can't talk about a lot of their business because it's all top secret.
Yeah. PLTR.
But again,
That kind of mystery could create volatility. So just again, price
yeah, for
action,
sure.
right? Oh, I got one eye on Google's. Google's nah, forget it. Nothing there. So what we have here, Mike Matini here in YouTube. Why Apple? All right. Well, I'll go back to Apple. What I noticed on Apple is this line I got here about 243.77 is firm support, has been holding, and I noticed a breakout. So looking at the 1 minute chart, as soon as the bigger picture, which is the 30-minute I'm looking at, gets down into that area and starts breaking through, then I go into the 1 minute and I see it is closed the candle below and it's rejecting the area. So I got in on the short about 5 minutes ago or so. My stop hasn't been hit yet. It's decently wide. Um, so it's about half an hour down at the moment. It's halfway to my stop. And as far as the target is concerned, it's 242, the 242 area. Ideally, this breakout holds. Otherwise, it's just a false breakout of what is a pretty tight consolidation, and then it just sits there. So that's all I'm looking at for now. Oops. And I'm seeing something similar on AMD as well. AMD wants to pop and go right now. There it is. AMD on the move.
Yeah, AMD's been rocking it right off that previous day, yesterday's low. It's getting to an area where it's kind of extended. It's really extended from and it's right at yesterday's high now. So yeah, don't jump into it now. That's for sure.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yesterday's high. Yep, you can see it on the 1 minute. Just tweezer tops are already in. Oh. Roy, you want to go long Apple? Okay. I'm in the short. I'm still holding it. See, my thing is it's a 30-minute kind of setup. So it's got a wide stop on it, and I can't sit and watch it for every 1 minute candlestick. But while I'm in the short, you could go long and we both make money, right? That happens all the time. We're just having different trade styles or trade setups as well. Kevin, Nvidia's all over Avinacci levels. Yep, it kind of is, and I had fun with it too. Yeah, I don't see much else at the moment. It's too much trouble with AMD where it is. Tesla is nice and stationary. You into anything, Brian? Are you PLTR or anything like that?
No, I'm just I'm kind of regretting not getting into AMD there. That was a nice it was a nice setup for a long. AMD's been on a daily has been trying to find a bit of a bottom here. Bargain hunters coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, way down. Very interesting.
Wow, PLTR, what a move.
Nice. Oh, there it is. No, all right. I exited that Apple position. Less than 1 hour loss, tighten the stop. That thing is bullish now. So let that one go. LTR also to the move. Huh? Get that on Apple. Just wants to jump. Chris, you see asks to the upside on AMD. Yeah. Yeah. 116 area.
Um, let's take a look here. Yeah, there's a big order at 116 right now. Can see here we've gone through these orders at sort of 115, 115.50. And now we're looking at this order at 116 right now.
Nice. Yeah.
You just can't chase it here because it's through some levels. I think it's going to hit 116, and then after we fill those orders, there isn't a lot of orders to the upside. So I'd be more inclined looking at it as a short if we do get to 116.
Mhm.
Kind of feel like that once they fill those orders, I don't know what's going to happen if there's going to be some buyers. There's going to be enough buyers to keep this thing going. Kind of doubt it.
That'd be fun. Nice big reversal from the 116 area. That'll set up the day nicely.
Yeah, this thing is it's really strong. So you don't want to. If you were going to take this trade, you wouldn't want to. It wouldn't be a scalp, not necessarily like a type of trade that you would take.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. It's very strong. It would be like shorting Tesla today. You wouldn't intend to hold that for the whole day.
Tesla's
It's just
looking a little bit weak. It's I don't know.
mm,
It kind of Tesla's kind of sold off its high, and now it's yeah, it's looking it's testing the VWAP.
yeah. Did a very nice double top on the 1 minute chart. That was a while back. And yeah, let's see. Just gotta let it sit. And Google as well did a breakout, same time as AMD. Just looking at it a few minutes before that happened and figured there was resistance overhead, but there it is. Breaks right through. Ooh, AMD, there it is. Ripping through those orders at 116.
Yeah. Let's see
Uh,
what maybe we can buy. Maybe we'll buy some put options on this. Problem is these options don't work that well here. Maybe I'll look at a short here on it. Here we go.
short there, scalping.
Yeah, just that pop through 116. Let's see if we get a bit more of a pullback now after we've hit this level. I'm only going to give it 10 cents, 15 cents. Keeps going. Might just keep going. It's gonna be pulling back here at some point. Nothing moves like this and keeps going.
Yeah, gotta pull back always. When
Yeah,
it goes in one
maybe we
direction,
get
it's
a
gotta,
pullback.
yep, that would be healthy. 40, 30.
The other thing too is there aren't a lot of aren't a lot of more orders to the upside. So let's see if we can get a pullback to maybe 115.70. Here we go. Here we go. We'll cover some here at 81 just to take some profits, just to give me some cushion.
Cool.
Here we go. There we go. Going to cover some more 70. Again, you don't want to be in this trade for a long time, but all right, here we go. That's what I want. Yeah.
I love the expressions.
Yes, I don't know if I've got the futures on my order book or my book map. If I do, I don't have it set up. Let me see if I can see what I can find. Okay, so I'm out of that trade. So that was just a quickie.
Yeah. In for a good time, not a long time, right? That's the
See,
saying.
yeah, exactly. That's it. See, that's the kind of trade, like people that were buying at 116. I don't know who's buying at 116. I mean, I was just, yeah, um, unfortunately, that was, those weren't the professionals. Professionals were unloading at 116. Let's see if I can find. Okay. Um,
Google as well, very similar to AMD. It's almost they're in sync. Went up and rejected, same time, same kind of action.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. See, the thing is with this stock that's strong like AMD, you like you said, this was just profit taking. You know, they had there were some big orders sitting at 116. They came up, they filled those, and then there just weren't any buyers left to push this higher.
Yeah.
So where it goes now, I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be entirely shocked if all of a sudden it went back to 116. But right now, you know, they got their orders filled up at 116, and yeah, see now Tesla lost the VWAP there. I was playing AMD and I missed Tesla.
Well, you know, Brian, you can't kiss all the girls.
I guess not, eh?
Mhm. Yeah, Tesla, Apple, AMD, Google, everything downwards.
Yeah, everything's starting to sink here.
Nvidia as well, oddly enough. I wonder what's happening there. Yeah, there it is. Nvidia big double top around 140 on a 1 minute
Hmm.
chart. Oh, there it is. Whoa. Yep, even on a 2 minute chart, you would see the same thing. Not really on a 5, but there it is. Oh, fun. Nice catch there on AMD.
Yeah, that was a pretty predictable trade, I would say. Um, Decent risk to reward.
Nice.
Oh, it's still dropping now. See now that's okay. Well, the market's selling off, so I mean, if the market hadn't been selling off, AMD might have held in there, but this is you know, we went through the 9 EMA on AMD, and now we're at the 20 EMA on the 2 minute chart. So it's going to bounce here, I'm guessing. Definitely got a big move on the on SPX here on the SPY dropped. We're back down to testing the low of day here. So I don't know what's been, if there's been somebody talking, one of the Fed heads.
SPY, yeah.
Let's take a look at the calendar here today. Um, had some New York Fed Treasury purchases at 10:30.
Okay. Oh, interesting. There's somebody making it move.
Yeah, we had a big drop there. 11:30, we've got some T-bill auctions. And of course, everybody knows we've got this 2 o'clock release of the FOMC minutes, so will be interesting. It should cause a little volatility anyway in the market.
Ooh,
A little bit up and down, maybe.
fun. You gotta love it when you're in a position and then the news comes out and it's in your favor. Isn't that great? But you can't
Yeah.
exactly that. That's tricky. Does happen sometimes.
Hmm.
Mehdi here, you can, but you don't tell. You guys here on YouTube having way too much fun. Oh man. Look at this candlestick on AMD. Pretty wild, huh? Up and then big wick on a 30-minute
Yeah,
chart. That is just huge. So there it goes.
you're crazy. All right, we got that bounce. That was again pretty predictable on the SPY. Came right down to S4, which is a pivot point, which is the area that we've basically been bouncing off support here pre-market a couple times, um, during the trading session a couple times. So of course we came down, touched it, bounced right back.
Nice.
You've got to have these levels on your chart because they are just, and it's amazing how predictable the market actually can be if you're watching
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just kind of knowing what to watch for amongst
Look at
all the
that.
noise.
Yeah.
And
Look at that
yeah.
bounce back. Wow. This goes bouncing back now. Nvidia's bouncing back.
What do we have here? 1, 2. Nvidia has my attention. I'm curious about it for the break of the high, if it ever does get up there to begin with. Again, this kind of setup is going to take a long time, but 140.5. That's what I have in mind. If it gets up there, I'd be interested in a breakout. Again, a much slower kind of trade for later in the day. What we got here in YouTube? Nilish, RGTI, SMCI, all of these things. What are they up to? Let's go into the 1 minute.
Spaghetti, spaghetti.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that. What just happened? Big low float activity here. Oh,
Crazy.
yeah. SMCI, that's okay. But RGTI has definitely been affected by something. I would love to know what happened. Quantum news. Okay. Thank you, Tiger T. Quantum. All right. NVIDIA. Kevin, you seeing NVIDIA head and shoulders on the 1 minute? All right. Let's see. Well, the thing here, Kevin, I'm not sure where you see the head and the shoulders, but if you're looking at the current price action, the left shoulder is higher up than the head. I mean, take a look at yourself. Is your shoulder above your head? Can you even do that? Like, how do you do that? Right? Doesn't happen. So I don't see it as a head and shoulders. If anything, perhaps it was looking like a double top a little while ago. Now maybe a third top, maybe. But no, I don't see a head and shoulders pattern here. What else do we have? Sergej, you looking at Microsoft? Yeah, that thing wants to jump around too. Look at that thing go. Boom. Oh, fun. Hey, Kevin. It's funny. Nilish, you want Ion Q? Well, yes, there you go. Anyone catch these big moves long? Quantum news, apparently.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, right. What a bounce right off S4.
Amazing. You have something that's $33 goes $2. That's massive in like 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not small, man. That's millions of dollars back and forth. maybe billions of dollars. All right, Nvidia is getting to my area of interest. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. That's not great. Oh, wait. Cool.
All right. Well, I am going to drop off. I'm going to have some breakfast here. So I hope everybody had a good day. We had a few trades there. Last one, AMD. What's AMD doing? Bounced right off the 20 EMA. Could have been a good long there, actually.
Yeah. Scalp up
So,
there.
yeah.
Fine. Cool, cool.
All right. Abby, have a good rest of your evening. I know it's after dinner time there, but thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us out on YouTube. Like all the likes we got today, 600, over 600 likes. Awesome. All right.
Brilliant.
So a little bit of a tougher day compared to yesterday, but still had some fun. So yeah. So
Yeah.
be aware, 2 o'clock. Watch out for a little bit of volatility maybe in the market. And we'll catch you all later. See you, Abby. See you,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you, Brian. Enjoy your breakfast. Talk to you soon.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So this is interesting, huh, guys? Definitely
All
a
right,
tricky day.
hey Abby, how you doing? We're just gonna switch off the chat room here. So Thor is coming up in the chat, and we're gonna continue live on YouTube. So 1 second, guys.
All right. Fun, huh? Fun. All this quantum news. What did we not see? QUBT, is that one of them? Yeah. Anyone here on YouTube, were you in on this stuff? As in you anticipated it and got in on it? Or were you already in it and it just went in your favor? Anyone here? It does happen. Wow. Yeah, we got a few guys in here. I am Vupunits, Mehdi. All right. Yeah, fun, huh? Fun when it happens like that. Cool, cool. Yeah, Mike, I'm the same. That's why I don't touch it because to me it's gambling. It's as in I don't have a strategy for this. So I don't even know what's happening until you guys tell me on YouTube. So Ash, you were randomly in it. Cool, man. Mustafa Rahimi, you want to know about hymns? I feel like you ask me that every day. Is it you or I don't know, somebody else. So let's see. It's been strong so far, then it's been consolidating. I think it's just consolidating. I don't see it going anywhere. It had a nice, great big move. And for the last while, since about 10 a.m., it's not gone anywhere. It doesn't look like it wants to. So I would just sit on it if you're in it. Or basically, I wouldn't touch it. I mean, just you can watch it, but don't touch it. Oh, there goes Nvidia. Gosh, I was looking at it right there. At the level, but no setup again. So it rejected almost precisely, right? It's really great. But no setup. Thanks, Lee Hutchinson. Yeah, discipline's what it takes, just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and identify your specific style. That's really important. That was the webinar I did last week. It's all about identifying your style. How do you identify your style? I mean, that's the first question, right? So I went through that. Once you got it, then stick to it. Because if you don't, you're gambling. And gambling is fun. You know, you make money sometimes. Mostly, you're gonna just throw it away. So, man, I would own a casino if there was one business I would be handed if I were, told what would it be? Well, I'd say give me a casino or maybe an insurance company. They're just money printers, right? So, so you don't want to be on the other side of those businesses, right? Gamblers. So be careful. Eric Merritt, you're looking at Oxy. You got in all out at 52. You're shorting Tesla. All right. Sounds like you know what you're doing. I didn't look at Oxy. I mean, I typically don't, but let's look at it. Whoa, look at that. Wow, strong. I bet there was news. Was there news? Anyone know? Catalyst, something. Gosh, these charts are slow. Yeah, probably a catalyst. Cool. AMD is very, very interesting. I gotta pay attention to this. Let me see if there's something that I would involve myself in here. Big rejection, right back into it. I took a trade like this earlier, I think. Uh, anyways, let's see. AMD. Nah, there's nothing in it. I don't see anything. I don't see a pattern. Ideally short, if anything, short. It's just rejecting the level, false breakout. Short for 2 levels down. But nah, I'm not convinced. So I'm not gonna touch it. What do we have here? Meta has been interesting. Haven't found an opportunity yet, but it could be fun. Look at that. Bit of a double bottom earlier, but very difficult. It's not clean. It's not nice. You gotta wait for it. Melanie, you got Oxy too. Warren Buffett earnings play. Cool. Cool, cool. Chris, you got PLTR. Looking at PLTR. High of day. High of day was earlier, 125 around that area. But yeah, it's pushing upwards. Let's see. Got one eye on Nvidia, another eye on AMD. Just trying to pick this stuff. But I don't see a setup. I just don't. AMD BS7. Yeah, I'm using DAS trading options exclusively. I trade options. I have no problem with it. I like it. All good fun. But again, that's just my style of trading. If you want something more complex, you're looking at the Greeks and stuff. DAS doesn't have all those features. So you may want to look at other things. But for this day trading stuff, in and out, I'm not even looking at that stuff. I'm really just looking at price action. DAS is perfect. It's what you want. Google again going up. Holy crap. Oh, there you go, guys. Hey, I'll tell you a secret. Nobody knows it yet, so I'll announce it to you all here on YouTube. There's a new video in the Education Center in BBT. I put out a new one today on a specific strategy that I'm using today and have been using. I've used it many times over the years. Really fun. Really fun. So, and it's all in that basic education section where, for $1 you get it. So link is right here in the chat. Go check that out. Another good one. That was fun. I mean, it's a fun strategy. I like it. 30-minute charts and all that. So there you go. Lots of good reasons to get into it. Lots of fun. And who's coming to Vancouver? I just booked my flights today. You believe that? Today. Finally. I was waiting for it, and I got it. So we're gonna have a blast down there. Everybody better show up. It'll take me like 26 hours to get there. Whatever. It's worth it. Meanwhile, we have a lot of activity in the market. Look at that. Microsoft just popped up. Apple as well. Nvidia pushed down. Tesla's making a mess. Ooh. Get Apple here as well. Great big mess. Meta is very interesting. Let me see if there's some opportunity here. Oh, wow. Well, big moves. Don't chase it around. Microsoft hit the top there. It's a level. Let's see if it wants to go. You don't want to go chasing stuff around the market. Most dangerous thing you can do, guys. If you don't have a setup, is what I'm saying. Don't you get excited, right? And then you want to go behind it, chase it. You don't want to do that. So be super careful. There we go. It's got nice movement on a lot of things. Ooh, wow, Microsoft. Saga, are you into Microsoft? You're talking about it. What else we got here? What is happening? Just a moment, guys. 775. Okay, got it. There we go. SMCI, huh? Okay, let's see. Well, it doesn't look as exciting as Microsoft or Meta or what else do I have here? Yeah, Microsoft actually more than anything else. It's just jumpy. Whoa. There we go. Melanie, yeah, I was the last one in Vancouver at the lounge. Cool. I tend to do that. I'm very creepy like that. I show up 2 days before everyone. I stay 2 days after everyone. So there you go. Now you know where to find me. What the heck is going on here? It's a lot of activity in this market, and it's a little freaky. So trying to pay attention, trying to move these tickers around so I can see everything. Wow. Again, Microsoft. Somebody here said, yeah, it was something on Microsoft Quantum News or something. There we go. Atif, yeah, and the pool, I was the last one standing. Yes, in Colombia. I'm always the last one there, as in still surviving. See, because I don't burn myself out taking too many trades too early, right? There you go. Now you guys know the secret. You gotta, wait for it. Let it come to you. And then you'll survive and thrive and get cut up early on. You guys. Uh, but no more boat parties, okay? We're done with that. That's just terrifying. But yeah, man, I'm excited for Vancouver. Oh man. I was just waiting to book my flight, get the right schedule and price and all that stuff. So there we are. My Hero Plus. Which pivots do I use? I don't use pivots. Pivots are something else entirely. What I'm doing is looking at the 8 a.m. candle, marking the high and low, and then just drawing lines further up and down on the chart at the same distance. Measured moves. So that's it. Here we go. Tesla's interesting, man. I want to go long on Tesla. Whoa. Look at that. Bouncing pretty much off the area on a 30-minute. The 1 minute is put in the hammer, made a new high. Well, 360 is the level. I was telling Brian earlier, remember, I was telling if it comes to 360 and bounces, that could be a fun one. What do we think? Big long here. Let me get this chart opened up. This 30-minute candle is not great. It's not convincing enough. It's still overall, it's not there yet. I need buyers to really, firstly, stop it going down. Secondly, step up the bid, and that to do it with aggression. So that's I'm not seeing all of that coming together in Tesla at the moment. We saw that in Apple a little bit ago. We saw that in Microsoft a little bit ago. See these lows getting higher? That's the bid stepping up. Very, very important. Melanie, what are you saying? No pun intended. Clean liver. My liver's as clean as it gets. Tiff, yeah, taking a nap on a boat that's literally about to roll over. That was fun. Good boat trip. Anyways, let's look at this. We have lots of activity here. Yeah, My Hero plus Ultra, that would have been Brian and Thor. They both use pivots on their charts. I don't. I have a slightly different way of looking at things, which end result is most of them align anyway. Whether you using what I'm using, these measured moves or pivots, most of them align. Every day I compare them, I'm like, really? That's like yesterday's close and all. It's almost the same every day. And these cam pivots. All right, what are we into? What are we looking at here? Yeah, I was looking at Tesla, but no, I don't see an opportunity. If you guys look, I'll show you something. A little while back, I was telling, maybe 15 minutes back, 10 minutes back, I was telling you AMD, perhaps a short, but you can see I didn't take it because it's just not convincing. You can see that it's just a mess. Good thing I didn't touch it, right? It's not there. If you're unsure, we'll zoom out. I always like to say, when in doubt, zoom out. And zoom out, I look at a 30-minute. I don't see us. Would you take a short on 30-minute candlestick setup? Nope. So there you go. That's what I've done. So there you go. When in doubt, zoom out, and keeps you out of a lot of choppy, messy trades. Google, on the other hand, is looking short. I'm not going to take that, but let's see. There it is. Yeah. Again, right back into it. It's really messy. You cannot touch Google. Very, very, very messy. Hey, Carlos, welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, man? How's your morning
good.
going?
It's good. It's good. I'm intentionally now becoming a nocturnal creature. I just have to. I just can't help it.
Yeah. Oh man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh man. All right.
What about you? How's your morning?
Morning, it's been a good, man. The last hour or so has been hectic because as I'm trying to run the show, there was somebody here trying to work on my electricity, so they fixed it. Easy fix. Probably the easiest money that guy ever made. He came in, he switched one thing, and I'm like, that's it, man. I could have bought that in Home Depot and done it myself, but when you don't know what you're doing with electricity, you don't want to go messing around. So yeah, all good, man.
Yeah.
But
Replace the fuse, Carlos. That's it. Just replace the fuse.
that's exactly what he did, man. The fuse was messed up. I don't know if it's the fuse, but in the box he took out the fuse, the black thing. He put a new one in. I don't know how much that cost, but I'm sure it's not what he charged me. And yeah, everything is up and running. So
Good.
yeah, it is what it is, man.
Well, you're back, and that's good.
Yeah,
Good, man.
when you don't know, you gotta pay. That's what it is.
Nice.
I'm like, the guy literally
Cool.
took one thing, boom, done. I'm like, that's it. I love how they come in, right? They'll look at it, and if you guys done any work, and everybody does, they'll come in, they look at it. Oh yeah, I gotta go in my car and make a call and do a few things. I'm like, he's probably not doing anything. He's just probably reporting a longer time. What are you doing? You just come back in and like 30 minutes later and just plug it in? Come on. What do you go to your car for? I need to understand what's going on there.
Oh,
Lovely.
yes. Ways to make money or
It's just
extortion.
yeah. So if day train stops working, I know exactly what business I'm getting into.
I
Oh
love it.
man, this is
Nice, nice,
awesome.
nice. So no trading for you, huh? So far?
No, I actually traded a wild reversal, man, on Tesla. I'm still in it now. I got in early and I put a couple of limit orders since I knew I was gonna have to get
Mm,
up and do some stuff. Um, but yeah, so
nice.
I'm in Tesla short right now. I have a limit order at 359, another one at 357, and man, we just keep missing 359. It's so funny. We just keep missing it, so it's just interesting how that's working. That's not
All
good. My
right.
mouse is not a yeah.
Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Can't get enough of that.
Tell me about it.
YouTube here, Sumit, you want to know if Apple could be a double bottom on a 30-minute chart? Okay. Double bottom on a 30-minute. Wow. All right. So what I see on Apple, it was bullish. You can see the big bullish run for a couple of days, and then it's been in a choppy zone. It's just chopped. It's nowhere. It's nothing. It's just it made a bottom here during the chop, which if you took a new long off of that bottom, I think I took this trade yesterday, going long late in the day. Today, no, I don't see anything. I don't see double bottom, double top. I just see chop on a 30-minute chart.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't play with this.
Don't they have their event coming up too? Their Apple iPhone product announcement event. I'm gonna go to apple.com and check.
Oh yeah, those refurbished iPhones, right? iPhone first
Yeah,
generation.
exactly.
Cool, right?
Uh,
Maybe.
did it happen already? No, they usually happen much later because they're in California. So I don't. I went to apple.com. I don't see it. Usually it's like iPhone 16e.
Mm.
Is that the new
All that's
thing? No, iPhone 16's been out already, right?
I thought we're an iPhone 30 by now or something. I don't know.
Nah, I don't keep track, man. I think I still got the 13 or something. It's just whatever. I don't keep track. All right, Tesla, come on, 359, please. And then we can go long here for you guys that want to take a long. I think you want to go long on this, Javi. Wait till I get out first.
Oh yeah, wait. I'll wait. I got all
let me
night.
let me sell you my shares, and then we could do a swap there. Oh
Let's
man,
engage in an options contract, shall we? You got the shares, and
yeah,
then I'll sell you a contract, or rather, no, you buy a contract off me. It gives you the option to exercise the contract. There you go. Now we go.
man, there it
Something
is.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man. All right, so iPhone 16e is the new thing. I don't see um where the announcement is, but this phone is retailing at what is this here? Let's take a look. 500, $600. That's not bad. All right, here we go. Might get filled now, I think. Um, let's see if it happens. Right there. Look how many times we missed this. How close we got. Let me show you the 1 minute of how close we got to this thing. Right over here. See this? Come on. Come on. Let's get in there. Here it goes. It's even gonna get closer now. It's playing games. I love it. So yeah, I guess that's a good deal for people, right? $600 for an iPhone.
I guess it's got all the tech in it. It's just smaller.
Yeah, one camera, which it's enough for many people. It's one camera is enough. They don't need 3 cameras, 4 on Samsung. Like this is wild.
Samsung, yeah, I feel like I bought a camera, not a phone, with the Samsung I
Yeah,
got.
that's what people are doing. I mean, Peter's a great example. Peter did not need to upgrade his phone. He got it because his daughter was getting married, so he wanted, or his daughter, or his son, I think it's his son, and he wanted a camera. He wanted a better camera to take pictures with. So that was his thing for getting the phone, right? Getting a new phone. So they say the best
Yeah,
camera is the one you carry with you, right? So it's hard to
yeah,
carry
yeah.
these big. I love my DSLR, but man, it's bulky. If you got to carry, you got to have a plan. You got to have a bag. So it's not something you're always willing to lug around.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Get the camera, you capture the moment, and that's what Peter's all about with this new camera. Fantastic. Best
Yeah.
photographer, huh? Nice. I'm actually getting curious about Amazon here, but it's not. No, it's not there. It's not really there. I was looking at the 30-minute chart if you guys want to see. I was thinking it's moving down and rejecting the area for a continued move down, but just on a 30-minute, you wouldn't go short here at the level. There's no confirmation or nothing. Looking at the 1 minute as well, it's more like putting in higher lows. It's so forget about the short. So there you go. That's how I look at these things. What else do we have here? Oh, let's see Apple, what it's doing. It's all over the place. Yeah, I can't trade this. Most things I'm looking at are just messy. There's almost nothing you want to really get involved in.
How's
Tesla goes
Meta
long,
today?
yeah.
How's
Meta
Meta?
was weak, but not great. Just not ideal.
Yeah, it's a little messy. We got a meeting coming up at 2, right? We got some minutes of maybe
Yeah.
the market's just waiting for that. I think someone mentioned that earlier, so we'll have to wait and see. And there goes Tesla bouncing and leaving me at 359.
Oh, really? You get it?
Yeah, I
Oh.
didn't get it, man. It went down to 359.14.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just take what I'm getting here and just be happy with what I got.
Fair enough.
Oh,
But hey, great job doing a reversal. I didn't expect that,
Yes, because I was looking for 5-minute RBs, nothing set up that I like, and I'm just like, let's take a reversal. But my reversal was horrible, man. It is so bad. I held all the way to like 367. I'm like, this is gonna spike up and then slam down, and it did, so it worked out. But ideally, that's not how you want to take reversals, man. So don't look at this as an example. As I mentioned before, I'm not a great reversal trader. I got lucky here. That's how I'm looking at it because, man, it was a deep pullback. But I want to show the market today who's boss, which usually that never works out well. That never works.
Oh boy.
Man. Fun. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a drop here. But I don't want to. I got stuff to do later, so I don't want to stick around too long. I do have my limits orders in, so I could leave it, but I'd rather just book it and be gone. But let's see. I feel like it is going down 359, so let's hope for that. Then another order at 357. Again, $2 lower. That's a stretch, but let's see if Tesla can go red today.
You got this, Carlos. You get that?
Yeah,
and
man. Let's
cover
go.
that. And after you cover that, let me know. I'll be buying some call options, and we go for 370.
Awesome. I'll flip my position. You know what I got in? I saw we've been talking about this quantum. I took a swing on QBTS. Remember I was telling you about getting in on this trade, and actually got filled yesterday. Right after we got on this show, we hit that 590. So I got filled on it yesterday. QBTS. I'm a think or swim. So I swing trading with I keep saying TD Ameritrade, but it's Schwab now. And yeah, let's see. I'm getting a nice cushion here, man. 654. Not a big position. I bought like $2,000 worth of stocks, like 330 shares. So not a lot. Because I'm expecting to add. I expect, hey, it's gonna go down to $4. We can add 2,000 there and just add into the position. But man, we're up at 657. So that's pretty nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
great catch.
I remember we were talking about last week. I wanted to get in. This could be the next best thing, man. Like, who knows? So we'll see where this quantum stuff goes.
Hold it for 5 years, and
This is like right. Well, I mean, we're up $230 on. That's not bad for 330 shares. Not bad.
Nice.
So let's see.
Wow.
Let's see how it goes.
Pretty cool. Cool. What else do you guys want to talk about on YouTube? I've got nothing to share right now because there's nothing on my charts that makes sense except just sit and wait. There's no trades, no nothing in it. And I'm looking at a bigger time frame. So if anything sets up, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Big, big.
Might be after these FOMC minutes, right? I think it's at 2. F1 look at
Yeah.
FOMC
Yeah.
meeting. What do we have? Yeah, so let's see what happens.
Mhm.
Powell's not talking today, though, right? I don't think he's talking. Oh, there it is. Nice. We got filled. There
Yeah.
it is. Love to see
Tesla.
those triangles become green
Yeah.
and filled. It's a nice feeling. Huge ask at 123 on POTR. Yeah, POTR was another one that Brian traded this. Oh, look at that. That is a nice break out of the VWAP on the 5-minute. That is clean. That is clean. Horrible start, but clean clean breakout at 1040 and now going green. And POTR is also a it's a quantum stock, right? I always forget because I think these guys weren't they doing batteries or chargers? I might be confusing this. Let me see. Palantir. Are there actually POTR? They're doing weapons, okay, weapons. But I thought because we've been trading POTR for a while, prior to all this news headlines that they're getting now. AI defense play. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see, Palantir. Software for big data analysts. Okay, so they got some AI stuff going on. Founded in 2003 in Denver, Colorado.
ELDR. Cool. Fun.
Yeah, everybody's doing AI software, right?
Yeah.
DeAndrea. Everybody's doing that. This AI thing. That's the new thing now.
Got a query here for Grumman. GRMN. Is that Grumman? Sergej. Is that it?
Garmin or
ticker for
Garmin? Garmin, right? I don't.
Garmin. Oh, Grumman. Oh, yeah. Oh, I just thought Grumman.
Could be Garmin, I think.
GRMN. I don't even know what it is. Looks like it's on the move since yesterday. Well, today, especially. Overnight. Yeah.
Garmin. I remember buying before the phones took over. You had your Garmin GPS. That was fun. And
Yes.
before that, everybody had MapQuest. Everybody printed out. Did you print out the directions?
Oh, I got so lost in Pennsylvania as an 18-year-old. I can't even tell you.
Man, it
With
was such a
MapQuest.
pain. Such a pain. MapQuest was it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They're still around, right? Nobody uses MapQuest anymore. I mean, you guys use
Yeah.
MapQuest? Nobody uses it. Yeah, they're still around. They're still here. Who comes here? Like who? It must be Google haters. Like if you hate Google, yeah, you might use this. But other than that, like, well, why? Why do you exist?
Google haters. I love that.
Yeah, because you got some people that just hate a product and they just refuse. No, even if it's good, they just refuse to use it. You have people that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Unless it's actually owned by like Google or something, right? Like, yeah, all these companies that get bought out and just get out the way, and it's actually owned by something else. Like, what's the other one? Map, with the little cartoonish looking like. I think Google bought that too. Oh, they're pretty
No
big.
idea.
Andrew is so Andrew landed in Vancouver last night, and then he had an emergency from a friend called him, and then he had to he left, like he took the next flight down to San Francisco, which San Francisco's a big hub, like not hub, but they have a lot of flights from Vancouver to San Francisco. So he got on a flight to go be there for that friend. So yeah, he'll be back. If not tomorrow, maybe Friday. Depends on how some of those arrangements are gonna be happening. So again, wish his friend all the best. Waze, there you go, Nathan. GR Profit Trades Waze. Yeah, that's one that was independent, and Google bought it out as well. And like it tells you like where the cops are at. My dad uses it. I'm like, why do you use this, Dad? You're speeding all the time, and want to know where the cops are located?
Oh
uh,
man.
I get it. I get it.
All right.
Great
Cool.
stuff.
Cadier Lopez, you want to know about what I hold long term? Oh man, you don't want to know. Once
QBTS,
I
man.
tell you, you know.
Jumping QBTS. Help me out.
Oh gosh. No, I'm not a qualified financial advisor, so I cannot tell you. It's for educational purposes only. I I focus on contrarian investing. I've been doing that longer than I've been day trading. So looking for left for dead beat up sectors that the world has left for dead, but the world will need it in maybe 5 or 10 years. You're looking at massive macroeconomic cycles. And yeah, that thinking got me into crypto when Bitcoin was about $3,000 per coin. And so, I like the way that works. But to put it simply, these days, there's a lot of energy, agriculture, shipping, contrarian stuff. It's the opposite of NVIDIA and Tesla and quantum stuff that nobody wants to even think about and talk about. Talking like dirty oil and natural gas and coal, uranium, stuff like that. Agriculture in Israel, things like that. So, anyways, a different world. But that's again not financial advice. Wow, look at that Tesla, man. Now it goes down. I want to see this actually close very bullish in this 360 zone. I'd like to see a long on this because I can't see a
That's the
short
level,
on it.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sold down quite a lot already. So, and it's
Mm-hmm.
been strong. The last 2 days, 3 days actually. It's been, although you have that those two red candles, it's still somewhat on an uptrend, higher lows here. So on the daily. So
That's just gotta wait for the right moment with Tesla because when it goes fast.
yeah,
Even
yep.
in the middle of the day, it's faster than most other things.
Roy, Meta ABCD pattern. Let's take a look. What time frame are you seeing? Because that's important too, right? And ABCD pattern are tricky because I might see one from like 11. That's point A, around 11:17 point B, and maybe consolidation here you're seeing now. It could go either way. I don't love it, but it can go either way here. 5 minutes.
Ooh, Meta, now it pops. Actually, it wasn't long ago. I used to trade these kinds of ABCD patterns on Meta on a 1 minute. It had a
Mm-hmm.
bottom, you missed the bottom reversal, but then if it does an ABCD pattern at an interesting level, usually I used to use moving averages for this. So it's basically a continuation of a reversal. Think of it that
Yeah.
way. So there's a strategy you might want to explore. I don't do those anymore very often, but yeah, that's one.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to go.
It's popping up and go
Chris
first.
giving us SMC. Go ahead.
Not good. All good.
SMCI. What the heck? So we're up just out of nowhere. Last 5 minutes, we've been just getting some insane volume going towards the high of the day. The stock is fun to watch, but it's not easy to trade though. There's some days, and today's one of those days where it's like, look at the start of this thing on the 5 minute, right? Goes up, then you get this slam down all the way to red, back up to the VWAP, just wraps itself around a little bit of the moving averages, and now you're getting just some kind of a breakout here. So yeah, it's not easy to trade. You made it. It broke 60. Yeah, nice.
SMCI flirting with high of day at the moment.
Man, QBTS is going to become a day trade the way this is going, or a swing trade. Because I got in yesterday, so a swing trade, a 1 day swing trade. If this keeps going the way it is, because when it moves, I want it to go up, but not like this. I want it to go up nice and steady, so we can have a healthy push up. But going up like this just means tomorrow it's going to be down at $5. That's not what I want. I mean, I'll buy more, but this is not the plan here. Oh man.
Next time you do stuff like this, Carlos, send me a quick message. I'll get in on it too. I'd love to buy this thing
I think
yesterday.
I mentioned it here. I was like, listen, I have an order at 590. I mentioned it. Maybe I wasn't too explicit on it. I just probably said it in passing. But yeah, 590. I threw in an order there, and we got picked up yesterday afternoon. But yeah, this is like you don't expect this, right? Like I got on that swing trade expecting it can go down to $4, $3, holding for a much longer term. You don't expect the next day for it to do something like this, and it's done this before too. Maybe not this aggressive, but it's been after the drop. It's been up to what do we have? It's been up to 709. So and the next day it's down to 510. Actually below my entry if it goes down back there. So you just never know, man. This quantum stuff is interesting, though. I am very interested in this quantum stuff, man. Because if they hit, it's gonna be pretty big. So
Nice. Beautiful.
yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
I've been in trades, man, where like day trades where lower flow stuff. When I used to mess around with that with those heart attack stocks. It was a stock, I forget the ticker, but it was like a $5. I might have said this here before. It was like a $5. So I'm like, it was a day trade. So I got in, did very well. Went up to like $8, and I parceled out like, whatever. And I still, that's what I call it, man. Heart attack stocks. And it went up to 15, like it ended there at 15, and I closed everything out. I was debating, man, should we keep it on for the next day or not? Whatever was left, right? It was not a lot, but if you're moving $2-3 at a time, that adds up quickly. I'm like, nah, you know what? Let me be disciplined. Let me get out of the trade. We made our money. The next day, this thing goes to $80. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why can I be stuck? Why can I turn that one into a swing trade? I'm like, wow, but it is what it is. That was
Yeah.
so funny, man. I did the calculations. It would have been like $15,000. Like I'm like, that's not bad for a rookie. That's pretty good.
That's neat.
That buys a lot of dinners for the kids, man.
Yeah. 15,000.
Man, oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Avi,
Nice.
why do you look at the 30-minute today? I guess opposed to
Why
other
do I?
days. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at the BBT Education Center, you'll find out. No, I'll tell you.
What's in the
There's
BBT
a new
Education
video in
Center?
there. Yeah, I
Okay,
just made the
okay.
new video on that today, actually, on the 30-minute charts and why I'm doing it and what the strategy here is. But basically, I'm trading the same strategy, exactly the same, naked trading, no indicators, just levels, measured move levels. And I'm looking at the 30-minute to pick up the setup, whether it's long or short, the pattern, the candlestick patterns. And once I pick up on the setup on a 30-minute, then I'll zoom into the 1 minute and wait for an entry. So the purpose of this is because the 1 minute is just a little too jumpy and it's just too exhausting all the time to just keep looking at it and trying to decipher every other candle, whether it's now a long or a short. And I'd rather just do it on a much, much bigger and easier time frame, which is 30-minute. And this is not new. I've been doing this for years with 30-minute charts, fractal patterns. I did the talk on this in Vancouver last year. Did multiple webinars on this, as well as I'll definitely bring a lot of this into the presentation in Vancouver again this year. But that's it. It's just a matter of a bigger time frame for the setup and a smaller time frame for the confirmation of the entry, and that's it. Nice and simple. And I like the 30 again. The 30 guys who've been watching me for a little while have seen. I've started this in like 2023 or 24. No, 23. Yeah, mid of 23. Started trading the 30-minute chart, capturing much bigger moves than a 1 minute or 2 minute chart. So that's the thinking on it. The downside is you need the patience to sit through 30-minute charts, you know. So
Mm,
we sit here and
yeah.
chat about all kinds of stuff, but it suits me better. I'm very much happy to be here with this. So there you go. But there's a lot more detail in it on the nuances, and that's in the education center and the webinars and those various things that we do in BBT and Trading Terminal, all in
Yeah.
there.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. Cool, cool. So we have Amazon. Very curious action again on the 30. It was stuck in a range, broke down. If you want, you could see it as a big double bottom from yesterday's low to today's. And you see a big move down yesterday. Yesterday's low pushed up, made a low again today, which is slightly higher than yesterday. So that qualifies double bottom. It's a reversal all the way up. But I mean, this is a big time frame. And within this whole thing, you might find. So, I mean, over here, if you're looking at this for a long, because it's a double bottom, then you go to the 1 minute after identifying the setup on the 30. On the 1 minute, you can see it's generally going up, and you're looking for an entry to catch this long. So what's the setup here? Do you have a setup? Do you have some sort of breakout over here or ABCD over here in this zone where it is at this level? Maybe, perhaps. Maybe you're looking at some sort of ascending wedge sort of pattern out here. It's not ideal, but you know, you can manipulate your own eyes to see what you want to see. So there's various things there. So these are the things I'm kind of looking at. Just I like it. It's simpler. It's easier. Nothing's ever easy in this business, but it's easier.
Very true. Let's see what a PLTR is up to. PLTR. At VWAP. What else we had? Rigetti's probably doing some stuff too, right? I'm assuming quantum stuff. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's also up. Yeah, so all the quantum stuff, huh? How about IonQ? IonQ, same thing. What was the news, guys? I mean, I was kind of in and out of my desk, but there's got to be some news, obviously. Let's take a look at our news feed and see what we got here. Because clearly something popped up here. Fibonacci measure moves work on the stocks without liquid options. Seems to work with SMI today. Good question.
It works. It works everywhere. It's called Fibonacci for a reason. It works everywhere. Alex, actually, it works. Seriously. Sorry, who asked that? Sorry.
Seth.
Yeah, it works. Thanks, Seth. Yeah, well, I've been looking at all kinds of charts, especially recently. Everyone's asking me about stocks and stuff. It seems to work everywhere that I've looked at, including some low float garbage as well. So take a look. I've been back tested in your own strategy. You know, you don't want to go blindly using stuff. So take a look at that. Yeah. Alex, the webinar from Thursday, yes, it's available. It's been made available. You have the link right here. It just came on in our YouTube chat from the BBT team. If you go in there, there's a whole free section with all our webinars in the webinar vault, which will take you to Trading Terminal. It's in there. That's a free section. And go and take a look. I've probably got 6 or 7 webinars in there. You got some from Eamon, from Pierre, I think. There's quite a bit in there. I have a couple on just this strategy on its own, on what I'm using today. So all there. Yeah. James, so these Fibonacci levels line up with pivots on TradingView. There you go. There you go. It works out. So we have Mr. Camarilla. We have Mr. Fibonacci. Starting to feel like I'm in good company now. Great.
Very nice. All right, so I'm just catching up on the news here. So yeah, so it looks like Microsoft, and you guys might know this already, Microsoft announces quantum computing breakthrough with a new Majorana 1 chip. These names, man. Majorana 1 chip. So I guess that's nice. That's good stuff for them. Okay. We'll see a nice pop here. They're trying to prove Mr. Wang wrong from NVIDIA.
Mr. Wang, he's the leather jacket guy, right?
He's our bud, man. I got my leather jacket. Oh, where's my leather jacket? Did I take it inside? Oh no, it's over there. Leather jacket's ready to go, baby. Whenever we need it. If we ever trade NVIDIA, we got to put on our leather jackets. That's got it.
Okay. We'll do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I keep all my jackets and shoes right next to me in the office. Well, it's the last thing I take as I walk out the door, so the office is near the entrance. So simple enough.
Yeah, Temu came in. It came in clutch, man. It came in right on time. So
Mhm.
good stuff.
Did you get more ads about further discounts you get if you make another purchase and all that stuff?
What what is
Did you
that? I
get
was so confused. I'm like, use your credit. So when I saw that, I'm like, they got me. Use my credit. And the first thing I thought is because when you get that from another account, it's like, you know, we're not shipping it to you. You have a credit. So it was very confused. So the wording is very good because I'm like, what are they talking about? Oh, I didn't ship. But I was out to dinner with my wife, so I wasn't gonna look into it. And then when I look at it, they keep sending me this credit. What is this credit crap? Because I got the jacket. I don't got no credit. But yeah, it's very interesting marketing that they use, man.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
nonstop. Like it doesn't stop.
It's pretty cool.
Oh man.
Guys, if you're looking at Tesla on the 1 minute chart, looks like it completed a decent looking double bottom at about 359 right at the level, and it's on its way. Oh, there it goes. Big pop through 360. Kind of interesting. But anyways, that's there on the 1 minute. I'm looking on the 30. If it closes a big hammer, then I'm waiting for an opportunity. So slower. But yeah, it's there for now.
Yeah. Yeah, my 357 limit order here might have been a stretch. Um, so yeah, if it hits VWAP, we've done pretty good on this trade. I'm probably gonna bail on it. So right now we're getting very very close. Here it is. We got filled at 359. So let's see what happens here. But at VWAP, I'll probably let this one go because if it gets above VWAP, it's probably gonna go high of the day very easily. So we'll see where Tesla goes here.
Nice, good catch on that. Really,
Yeah,
the
man,
short.
it's not ideal reversal, but it worked out pretty good, man. Worked out pretty good. Definitely made the day.
Nice.
All right, awesome. Yeah, this
Cool.
looks strong, man. This looks like it wants to just rip.
Yeah. Might go without us again.
I had a good short on Tesla. Nice T, man. Look at SMCI. What is SMCI up to? Wow, 61, 70 almost. Yeah, this stock is hot. And it's gonna be great. Like if they come out with their actual, like verified numbers by a legit agency, because they do these audits, whatever. If they come out with legit numbers, like here's our actual earnings report, no second story here, this stock is just gonna take off because even the report now is not like official. It's more of what they think and what they're expecting, but nothing official like you expect on a regular earnings report. So if they're able to do that, man, this stock might see itself around the 90s again, where it was just back in July. So let's see. Let's see how they play out. Might have to wait a couple of maybe 3 more months for that to take place, but they're rocking here.
I love it. Controversy is great for volatility, Get opportunities everywhere.
Rumors trade better than news sometimes, man. It's just crazy.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything truly go. Amazon's the most interesting
Yeah.
for now, but nothing too exciting.
And as we get closer to FOMC, it's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get even more. My suspects might not be the case, but it's probably getting even more choppy. People just kind of pull their orders out, sit around. I'll probably be out of my Tesla trade anyway because the way it's going, it's getting to VWAP, and I don't want it to get nowhere near my entry break-even point. So I might jump out of this. But let's say the minutes were coming up, like in a couple of minutes, I'll definitely jump out of it because I don't want to turn a winning couple of shares to a losing trade. And stocks like Tesla, which are heavily affected by interest rates, right? That's they move a lot. They can move quite a bit. So you want to be careful. If you're in a trade, just be cautious. 2 o'clock, like you could get very jumpy. You might still be right. You might still go down your direction, but if it starts jumping up and down, it hits your break-even point or makes you even go red. It's not ideal. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah. You got a winner, then manage your risk. Stick it at break even or get rid of it. Yeah.
Baba just making a new low here, new recent low. Just broke down some more. It's looking pretty weak off the VWAP. I-1115. We're seeing more downturn there. All right, perfect. Friends, for coming up on that time. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us this mid-morning. We appreciate you guys being on today. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscription button if you haven't subscribed. We're on every day when the market is open from 11 to 12. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 to take you to the market open, pre-market show. Jared at 8 a.m. in the chat room if you're a member. But yeah, thanks guys. Hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Avi, always great chatting and trading with you, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Always a pleasure. Thanks everyone on YouTube. Talk to you again tomorrow. See ya.
All right. Take care, guys.